I'm gonna do more.
Sounds good to me.
I'm gonna do more. I want.
Hey man, that people don't realize money is a hell of a motivator.
It is. Yeah, it was like
There is-
boss been there 30 years. He said it's not even close. He'd never seen them give a raise like that. They're trying to be competitive and
Hey, shit! If it works out for you,
yeah.
I'm not gonna complain about it. That's well look at it.
Same
Shit.
couple hours later, I was ordering subwoofers for my theater.
Yeah, we saw that shit. Saw the video. Like, damn, man. At least get the first check first. God damn. Did
But,
they give you the money in the damn
No,
when they told you?
Pay starts today, like the new hour, the new wage. But anyway,
Oh shit.
what's up, Donnie? What's up, Cray? Been a while, Cray. Where you been? You been hiding?
We live? I don't see this shit.
Hold
Oh, there
on.
it is.
Let me see.
Cray got an Xbox and Game Pass, and I hardly ever seen him since.
Hey man, that's what he's doing.
That was like 2 years ago. I
No,
know he's on
you
that
never
Xenoblade, though. I know he's on that Xenoblade. He's biggest Xenoblade.
That's
So here we go.
I think he's a bigger fan than Terrell because he actually played through the original X and 2 and
Yeah, you fraud.
Okay, I want to put this in context. I'm still playing through 1. All right, don't act like I'm not playing through 1.
Well, you are
okay?
now. Let me just say, T, you remember we kind of took a little heat back when the definitive edition was shown. Do you remember what you and I agreed on when it came to Xenoblade? You want to tell the audience?
Once you get this wrong, I'm gonna be in tears, dog.
Because me and T, we took some shit for it.
Yeah, we can always take shit when you say anything negative
Do you
about
remember
Nintendo.
the specific thing about Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition? T?
What the fuck? Huh?
Do you remember the specific thing that we agreed upon that we took some heat on for the Xenoblade Definitive?
Of course I do.
All right, say it.
Oh, the fact that it wasn't a remake, it was just a remaster. That
And
it was clearly, if you played Xenoblade Chronicles and you couldn't see that, then or if you played Xenoblade Chronicles before and you didn't realize looking at that was just it was just a remaster. Sure, they did some
the character models,
texture wise and whatnot, especially to the characters and stuff, but it was clearly the same game built on the same foundation.
And we specifically said we both didn't think it looked as good as we thought it should for being from Wii to Switch. So I booted that up on Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was Wednesday. I booted it up for the first time I've had it for like months now. And I gotta say, it looks even worse than I initially thought.
Jeez.
It looks really bad.
I haven't touched it yet. I have it, but I haven't played it.
To me, other than the character models, in the grass, definitely there's more higher quality texture. But just like the general environments, it's pretty low res. It's pretty blurry, especially on my 65-inch. But I mean, there's a lot of Switch games that look great. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 looks really good. Some areas, look a little worse, but overall,
At times. Yeah.
I just can't believe people actually thought that was a from the ground up remake, or like this really, like,
We're saying it with confidence too.
this really hard work put in, like, remastered. I mean, it's one of the blurriest games I've seen on docked mode. It's not like blurry, but just it just looks very low res. It's not clean at all.
And here's the thing, so like
I know.
I don't really care.
It's
but
just,
I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I'm gonna be truthful about it. Like,
and the Switch
but
is
at the end of the day,
capable
do I
of
care?
more.
No.
So why?
But
I just don't know why it doesn't look better. I mean, the Switch is capable.
it should.
Of more.
Clearly, it should. But at the end of the day, do I really care? No.
No.
But again, we were right. We weren't wrong about it.
I can't believe people were just like, I mean, they're willing to debate over it, that it was a remake, built from the ground up remake. And I'm just like,
What are you looking at? Like you must have never played the game before. I played the game on 2 different systems. Played it on the Wii and the 3DS. And I can look at that and say, yep, that's the same game.
How was the 3DS version?
It's actually pretty good. I mean, it's obviously some of the characters, especially. Woo.
Oh yeah.
But it looks really good for a 3DS game. Like it's very good.
Hey
It's
Terrell,
very
why
good
don't you
port.
eat that like Shulk eats a sandwich?
Oh. Oh, you mean like let me get up.
This is really good. Like it's just like they to me, and
Yeah, it's fun.
I don't blame Monolith because they put out quality games like and Xenoblade Chronicles 3
I
looks
mean,
absolutely
and Xeno
amazing.
and Xenoblade Chronicles is one of those games that was very ambitious for the Wii, so you kind of forgive some of its
But still,
shortcomings.
you go from Wii to Switch, you think that would be the easiest game to just at least look clean, like at least look it should be 1080p, no question about it. I just
Yeah,
it's like the further away, the lower lower the system or bigger the gap should be the bigger the improvement. And it's like I just don't know what the issue is, why they couldn't get that game looking. It should be at least the cleanest looking game as far as resolution and stuff. But either
well, I think
way,
the issue was Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I mean, I think they wanted to spend more time on that. I'm glad they did. I don't like at the end of the day. Would I have liked it to look better? Of course.
and I think I think
I'm
it
happy
should
to
have.
just be able to play it on the newer console, a modern console.
Mm-hmm.
I can play all my Xenoblade except for X apparently.
Well, it's
Is
trapped
that
on
ever
the Wii
coming? I
U.
don't know.
It's trapped on the
It's
Wii
trash.
U.
It's
Play
help
the shit
me,
all in one system.
help
So
me, X Force, right?
I'm not even like exaggerating here. I was like, I could keep playing Horizon. Let me try a definitive edition. I might get sucked into that. I kid you not. I've played the first 10 hours, so I'm just retreading. And it was only a couple years, whatever, whenever the Wii version hit Wii U. Probably like 2016, 20, probably. I mean, it's been
Yeah,
6 years,
around
but
there.
still. So I've been through the area. I shit you not. I was doing this. I had to fucking stop myself. I was dozing off as I was playing the game. I was like, oh wow. Like I've been playing Horizon like every night and staying up later than I should, and then it's just something about that game and Shulk and stuff. It just never clicked with me. That's why I didn't keep playing the Wii version on the Wii U. I got about 10 hours in and I was like, I'm not really feeling it, I just as Shulk might say the opposite. I was just like, I'm not really feeling this game and I can't get into it. The combat
And
to me is in the beginning is very boring. The enemy designs, I'm in the very basic area. Maybe I missed out on some really cool enemies, really cool
did you
creatures.
did you get to the part where the combat adds the whole future sight thing
Not
into
yet,
it
not
yet?
in this time, but in the first, I'm thinking more of my initial 10 hours too.
Okay, gotcha.
Um,
I will mention some complaints I have for someone who's about from what people were telling me I'm a little around halfway through the game. The Mechon fights, the one thing I don't miss in 2 or X or even 3 is that Xenoblade 1 does this thing where you're fighting Mechon and say, "Oh, well only the Monado can hurt Mechon." And
mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Okay." Well, in the gameplay that results in either Shulk has to do this one move enchant at the beginning of every fight with a Mechon, or you have to buy these low tier ass weapons for the rest of your crew to fight Mechon with. And I'm gonna be 100% real with you. I've been doing nothing but Mechon fights for like the last couple hours. I probably would say last 5 hours of that of my last session, and I'm just like, bro, this shit is fucking annoying. That my only two options are to either use lower grade weapons to do less damage, or this constant. Well, I gotta get enchant off before I even do anything to these fucking enemies. That, oh, by the way, have the ability to one shot me if I'm not careful. Like, and it's the only game that does this. Like 2 doesn't do this, X doesn't do this, and 3 so far hasn't done this shit. I hate that shit because it makes the fights drag. Like, cause I know I gotta they all start the same and it's all the same shit. And then it's like, oh, I guess I gotta come in with the fucking Monado and do any real damage. Some of my party members low key feel useless as fuck. I don't know, bro. And the fact that I've been in like a factory base level for the last 5 hours, bruh, I'm
Do you
just
think it's a case of the people that played that first and then now they've keep building upon the battle system, making it more uh,
I was
adding
just
more
about
depth,
to say.
adding
I think
more
that's a. I think that's a product of playing this game when you played it.
mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
when it came out, there was nothing like it. It was fantastic, especially on the Wii. Like that was just a mind-boggling game to even be on the Wii. It's with the size of it, and the fact that it was a major RPG. And it took forever. It took so much to get that game to come over here to the West. So those
Because
problems you don't see. It reminds me of like we whine about it now, but I don't think I really complain about like the Triforce shard thing. Like the right at the end of the game, it was just like I was so into that game at that point. It didn't really bother me until I played it probably a second time. I was like, oh god, this Triforce quest at the end. It's kind of something like that where it's like, yeah, I remember it. I remember like forcing you to use Monado to fight Mechon and stuff, and how kind of tedious it was because you couldn't, like you were just saying, with your other what do you call them?
Party
your
members.
party members.
Your other party members. But it didn't bother me as much because I was just kind of blown away by the game itself.
Yeah.
But going back to it now, after having played, Chronicles 2 and X, which also have tedious things in them, it definitely stands out a lot more, I bet.
Yeah, I think that's my thing, because I don't want to discredit Chronicles 1. Like I don't want to act like the game is all of a sudden trash, because I think what really still holds up is the narrative. The narrative is like
the narrative is what carries the game anyway.
And the narrative in connection to gameplay works, but some of the little gameplay elements low key have been improved in other games. So when you play, it's kind of like playing Bayonetta 2 and then going back and playing Bayonetta 1. Perfect. Bayonetta 1 is not a bad game, but when you put it next to its sequel that fixes a lot of its problems, like the one thing we always bring up is those fucking QuickTime events. Holy shit! Like when you play 2 that doesn't have any of that bull in it, and then go back, you're like, fuck. It's like,
That's
I don't
why
even
you got to do what
game.
Robert does. You play.
It was like 2010, so I wasn't quite worn out by QuickTime at that point.
Yeah,
when I played that game, so I could, but I totally didn't want to. And I was totally went with that QuickTime crap now.
That's why you play Perfect Dark Zero before you play Perfect Dark, because it has the opposite effect.
Oh no!
That helps it. That makes Perfect Dark gonna seem so much better afterwards.
That's the one thing about being a part of a game.
That'd be like playing Devil May Cry 2 first, and then playing.
Oh, dude!
And then playing 1 or 3.
How about playing Devil May Cry 2? Never.
Yeah. My thing with literally, if you play Devil May Cry 2 first, you might not even want to pick up the franchise ever again. Like,
you might not be like,
that was one of the worst experiences I've had in a game, and then it has a random difficulty spike in the latter half of the game for no good reason.
Super random. And
I'm just like, you know what? I don't know if I fucking do this. And they're like, what about the other playable character?
I don't think we talked too much about this when we were talking about Bayonetta 3, and I've heard a lot of people say it. Now it's kind of with that new character, kind of looks like a Devil May Cry character, and now it's, I wouldn't mind playing like Jean and Bayonetta because they pretty much would play the same, but I hope they don't get into that territory where it's just about, that's the thing, just playing different characters throughout the game. And I mean, if the combat's amazing and the character's amazing, that's cool, but at the same time, I don't want it to get closer to Devil May Cry series. I want it to keep going away from Devil May Cry. So hopefully it doesn't end up being too much like Devil May Cry.
I mean, I would say 3 is the most like Devil May Cry of the 3 games we have. 3 very much, just off trailers, feels the most Devil May Cry-ish.
Yeah.
They gave Bayonetta a devil trigger. You're introducing a Virgil-ish kind of character, which, to be fair, Jean was like that, but adding a playable character who happens to also rock a fucking katana and shit, like, there are elements of Devil May Cry that 100% will work with Bayonetta, because they're kind of like sibling series, for God's sake. So, like, I see why it's happening and why it's going in that direction. They just got to make sure that Bayonetta stays her own thing, because the moment you start getting too close to your brother or sister, that people start comparing you and going, I don't know why the fuck I be playing Bayonetta if Devil May Cry is the same game. Like, you don't ever want that conversation to come up. and that's the main thing.
Although Witch Time will always kind of separate them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you know what my problem with Witch Time has become? It isn't even Bayonetta's fault. There's like a fuck ton of games now that overly use some version of a Witch Time in them.
True. That is
Like
true.
that particular gameplay feature has been hoarded out. It's like, and I'm just like, don't do that because you're gonna diminish the quality of the
It's
original.
like Bullet Time when Max Payne came out.
Yeah.
Everybody started doing that
They
shit.
still do that. I mean, fucking.
They still do it, yeah.
Almost every any shooting game basically has a
Yeah.
where you can slow down
Max
time.
Payne beat the Matrix to their own shit.
Because even Horizon has a bullet time.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sort of
I
Days
think-
Gone. That's really the only way you could just, if you built up your meter, like you could just hit it and just line up headshots, kill 4 people before they could even react.
And I know why they do it because it was a good gameplay idea. I don't like if you're gonna steal ideas, steal good ones, but then you homogenize it and then people just get
Yeah,
kind
do
of.
I
something
still
tired
like
with
it though. I watching somebody play Horizon doesn't use it. I think it's the voice actor for Pyro, actually, Sky Bennett.
Oh really?
She's been playing Horizon Forbidden West, and I rarely see it. And you know, I'm trying not to be a backseat gamer, and she always streams while I'm at work, but I check it out every once in a while. And it's like, man, she doesn't use that. I mean, I don't know if she knows it's there or just doesn't want to use it, but it's like, to me, it's like, I mean, I use it every fight. It's very. I'm not sick of that. I mean, I don't care. Games can keep using that, but as far as the Witch Time, I still feel like Bayonetta does it the best. I can't think of another game that.
Oh no! Oh, definitely.
Really?
She definitely does it. She does it the best. I would.
Yeah,
not
I was thinking, what other game does it?
Does Astral Chain have a slowdown moment?
I don't remember that. To be
Terrell?
honest with you.
Yeah, fuck you. You would do that. You would do some shit like that, bruh. What the fuck?
Is that one of those games you just weren't feeling it, or just bad timing?
I think it was a combination because I don't have any.
2019 had a lot of shit though.
2019 was kind of. I think it was more back ended, and also that was the year I think Pokemon came out. So like unfortunately that was a game that slipped.
Was
through
that
the cracks.
Luigi's Mansion year too?
No.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, it was.
2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 2018 was the
It wasn't
dead year.
2020, so it had to be 2019.
Yeah, because
2019
It definitely wasn't
had
2018 because
that.
2018 was a desert.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
hell of a year then.
It had
Yeah.
Fire Emblem also. I know Terrell.
Mario
was
Maker
that.
2 and Link's
Yeah.
Awakening.
Mario
Yeah,
Maker.
that was a good year.
That was a really loaded year, especially
Yeah.
the latter half of it. So I unfortunately feel like Astral Chain was kind of fuck, I can't think of the word, a casualty.
Yeah. It sold $1 million though,
of-
yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
hey,
sure.
look, I think it did enough to justify itself. So
I mean,
I think it's
Not
fine.
Nintendo-
it did enough. It was a
Nintendo
success.
basically
Show. We don't gotta
purchased-
say it was a success.
Listen, you know what the problem is when you're used to Nintendo games selling like 5, 6, 7 million, and you're like, oh, you only sold 1 million. You kind
Yeah.
of
Nintendo
you're
owned
down-
the IP,
Yeah, Nintendo owns
Yeah,
that.
they only IP.
so I would think I don't know. You never
We'll
know
see-
with Nintendo.
we'll see a
I would
sequel
think that
that-
they care enough about it to own that IP. So
I
We'll see
mean,
a sequel though.
right now, I mean, the only person I think
Honestly?
they'll ever, the only person they'll make a game
but
out
they
of.
also
it will
own
be
F
Platinum.
Zero, right? Ain't that right, Blazer?
I don't think I would buy an Astral Chain sequel unless they did something
Damn.
completely revolutionized the gameplay. Like, the combat's
Make
fine,
it open world.
but just the stupid missions of talking to people constantly is just like, I get what they
There's some
wanted to
tedium
do,
in there,
but
for
they
sure.
didn't go all in with it. Like, if you're gonna have me solving cases, then like actually have me solve cases. Don't just everybody I talk to and highlight the words I need in red, and then go talk to
Well,
the next person. And it's like, it just
So
felt
like the
it
so
felt
like the-
just like what's the word I'm looking for? Like, just going through the motions. There wasn't really any.
it was
rewarding.
overly simplified, so
Mhm.
it made it.
Well,
it made
I
it
kind of wonder how. I haven't played Judgment yet. I do want to play that game, but I wonder if they could kind of, I heard it's a good detective style game where like you
Judgment.
can kind of take the action of Astral Chain. No, you said never heard. That's the
What game?
Yakuza spinoff,
Yeah.
Judgment.
I knew Jump Out.
and it's like a detective game. So imagine you could take like the Astral Chain combat and maybe I don't know however I haven't played it, but apparently it's really good how that works.
Yeah, I mean
missions.
the case solving was super arcadey and wasn't really that
It
in
was
depth.
just time wasting.
Maybe you could take in-depth
Right.
case solving.
There was a couple that it was
LA
interesting story
4,
wise,
Astral Chain, how?
but
how is it?
I
Or
mean,
maybe it just doesn't fit. I mean, maybe even if they did that, even if they did make it beefier, it doesn't fit an anime action game. You know what I mean? Maybe it just doesn't
Yeah.
fit the
if you're gonna
genre.
have a really good action game set in that setting, I'm all for it and just go all in. But or if you want to do something more and have like the cool
Because it slows the game down,
cyberpunk
right?
city with like a
Yeah.
detective case and stuff, then do that. You know, like to me,
Yeah.
Platinum isn't the right
I just don't think
guys.
it. I think at the end of the day, I think that element of the gameplay slows an anime action game down, and it's never gonna be probably what you want because it just doesn't fit. Maybe
Yeah,
that's what it
carrying
is.
boxes. I mean, there's all kinds of like weird,
Yeah.
tedious things.
Yeah,
I
I see
get
what
it
they're.
that they want to try to do something other than nonstop action. I do give them credit for that. So hopefully, if they do a sequel,
It's more of looking at it and going, okay, this worked, this didn't work. Let's go back to the drawing board and see what we need to cut out or change for
Yeah.
a potential sequel, essentially.
I mean, hey man, for me, I played that game in like a week, and I love that game, so I can't. I don't give a shit.
Robert, you play. First of all, Robert, you play every game.
but
in
you
a week,
probably
sir.
wouldn't. I doubt you'd go back and
You
replay
play a
the
lot
whole
of
game.
crap.
Hey, no, come on, you like Astral Chain a lot too, Tito.
I do like it a lot. I do.
Actually, I thought more highly of it, like I said recently, until I tried to go through it again and like find all the missions because just like Platinum, there's those hidden missions in each level, and I'm like, God, I'm just like carrying these. I was just doing all this
You know what,
tedious
Bo-
stuff, and
yeah,
I just
Yeah, I mean,
gave
if
up.
if I told it could totally be if I
It could be
replayed it,
a-
I'd be like it would stand
Combat's
out more.
worthy of having of replaying, but not everything else. That's just my opinion. If you love it,
Yeah, honestly,
there's no-
if you're gonna give me a sequel to like any of the more recent platinum IPs, I would give me a Wonderful 102 for God's sake. I would take that all
God,
day.
yes.
And I don't know why. I don't know if they need the funding or what, but God, I need it to happen personally. That's just me.
They definitely need the funding for that. I mean, the
for
game is
what?
so
Oh,
old,
Wonderful
you know?
101.
Well, clearly, clearly they
Well,
need the funding.
So AB James makes a good point. We talked about this. Remember we were talking about the release schedule, and we were saying, I was saying, I don't remember who else was saying what, but I was like, yeah, there's no room for more games, and I didn't even think there was room for Xenoblade, Zelda, and Pokemon. And he said that with Splatoon, you got Sonic, which that's not Nintendo, but Bayonetta, Pokemon, Mario plus Rabbids, Q4 goes that Breath of the Wild wasn't needed, and maybe it was a case of, well, do you guys need more? You want more time to polish the game? Who needs more time to polish the game? Maybe it could have been out and done, but they're
Yeah.
just like, we don't need all these games. What?
yeah,
Which game?
because realistically, Zelda's gonna sell no matter where you throw it.
No matter where
Yeah.
you put it.
No matter where
And
you
if it-
throw that bitch in the air, it'll
And it
make
could have
money.
just been like, hey, we're not going to be ready, and then all right, let's reshuffle the lineup, and they just worked out that way. But
I mean, I'm
Xenoblade,
fine.
from what I've heard, like minimal to no bugs,
No.
solid performance. Even is it ACG? He never reviews Nintendo games. I've been subscribed to him for like 4 years. All of a sudden, I see pop up Xenoblade Chronicles 3 review. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's ACG. He's got 780,000 subscribers, and he just doesn't mess with Nintendo because back when he tried, they used to take his revenue and stuff, so he just gave up. But for some reason, he just reviewed the game, and he's a guy that, for those that don't know, he doesn't get review copies. He pays for all the games. If he gets review copies, he still buys the game. There's no sponsors, and so he has no reason to try to ass kiss, especially Nintendo. And he goes into the technical stuff more than most people. And he was just absolutely had nothing but glowing remarks to say about Xenoblade Chronicles 3, from technical, from music, gameplay. Like, he just raved about the game. And it was
the praise this game has gotten is almost like unnerving. Like, I'm not used to this.
Surprising.
I'm not saying people don't fuck with Xenoblade. What I'm saying is, like, I'm not used to this much overwhelming praise is what's bothering me. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I didn't think this was gonna be that fucking hitter at the end of goddamn July that everyone's gonna be like, great game. I'm like I low key, I'm like, man, can we get that on the best RPG of the year? Can we do that game?
You think it's gonna possibly? But no, I got Elden Ring might be a RPG. I don't know. In my opinion,
That's right. It would
it's
qualify
really
for
not,
RPG.
but
Yeah, they're gonna
It'll
qualify.
it probably qualify for it, and it'll probably win.
it's
Yeah,
gonna
unfortunately.
win.
I
It's
hate
gonna
it
win
though.
Game of the Year and RPG, whatever category it's
Yeah,
in.
yep. It'll
It's not
win
even-
RPG
it's-
of the year and Action Game of the Year.
That's because
They
Jeff
could-
Keighley got the big announcement. Whatever Summer Game Fest last year, he got to show the first footage and stuff.
Well, also, I just feel like that game is. I haven't played it yet, but like, I mean, it's made so many waves throughout the gaming industry. It'd
Oh, yeah,
be weird
definitely.
for it to
it
not win.
deserves to definitely be
I'm not saying it doesn't
like,
deserve it.
top two,
I just-
3 games for sure, but it just sucks for Xenoblade, because of X. I think got shafted by the December release. No, was it? What year did that?
No, wait, no.
yeah,
Was that
X,
December?
Yeah, no, it
X
was
was December and 2 is December.
And 2, they
Yeah,
both got
yeah.
screwed,
Yep.
but they both didn't have a chance. So this one at least have a chance.
It'll at least be included in the nomination. I just
Right.
Do you
I
think it'll
think-
be
I
nominated for
think it's a
Game of the Year?
nomination. I'm
I
good.
think there's a good chance it'll be
It
nominated for
could
Game of
be.
the Year.
Depends
I would-
on how some of the other games turn out. Right now, I think it for sure
There's
would be.
it's one of the highest rated games of the year, so there's not a ton
Right.
right now that they're as high as
It's
rated.
just basically Elden Ring and that.
Got a higher rating than Control got.
Control like an 80.
I think no, I mean no, I think wasn't hold on because now we gotta look again because I'm pretty sure Control's like 84 or something,
Yeah, it was
but-
mid 80s.
which is let's see.
Control was kind of
Control-
left field because no one.
Okay, 82. So yeah, it was
remembered it.
actually
Yeah,
it was
I was
low
gonna say
80s.
low 80s.
Poor Control, low 80s, but regardless, and then
Not
And then,
that I would. I don't know if it deserves that or not. I just remember it being kind of lower.
I
and getting
remember
a
last
nomination.
week, T, you had me boot the game up, and I had to fight the urge to keep playing. Because I almost want to restart the game, but I was like, nah, I got to get through Horizon.
but what I'll say is the only other games that are like up there right now, Horizon is at an 88, and then Xenoblade's at an 89.
You know, I will say this. I
Elden
feel
Ring's
bad.
probably
For,
in the 90s, 91.
I
Yeah,
feel
no,
bad-
that's a 9. It depends on the platform. It goes 95,
feel-
94 to 96.
I will say I feel
But-
bad for Horizon because I feel like Horizon got underplayed like a motherfucker just because of how close it came
Yeah.
to Elden
Yeah.
Ring. So like,
But Juice,
There's a-
do you think? Oh, I don't know how well it sold, but do you think?
Well,
I don't
it's
think it
got a
sold
millions
great,
of
at least not
what
yet.
Horizon, bro. That
Horizon's-
you can't buy a PS5 without Horizon anymore. If you look, everything's a bundle of Horizon.
so that's kind of become a system seller for it now.
Well, no, but it's not the system still. It's a bundle. It's in the game, like it's in the console. is what
Is
I'm
it
saying.
They're like,
physical?
we're-
I wonder if it's
we're
the
get-
physical
we're-
version.
We're
They're
getting
not
rid of
buying
these
it with
copies.
it. It's not someone buying a PS5 plus.
It's just if you buy a
Horizon.
PS5, you
it's
get-
in the it's in
You
the
have to buy
it's in the
Horizon to
Which
boost up its sales numbers.
I don't
mean,
mind
that's-
because I think more people are going to find that how much better it is than the first game. And also, I seen a guy left a message on my gyro aiming video I did for Horizon, and he's like, yeah, I just got tried Returnal through PlayStation Plus Extra or whatever, and he says the game's amazing. I was surprised it didn't have gyro aiming, and it really would take it to the next level for me. And I was like, yeah, I don't know why that game doesn't. It has the best 2 dual stick controls I think I've ever played. So
To re-release it, add gyro aiming and a VR mode.
but anyway, I think it's a good thing for Horizon whether it didn't get the sales. I mean, I don't know who
Yeah,
would
it's
own
not
a
like Nintendo hasn't
PS5.
done that before.
Like the 20 million people that
No, no,
own a
of course, but,
PS5, like why wouldn't you buy Horizon unless you just don't like you didn't like the first game and you don't like open world adventure games or something. Like if you have a PS5, I don't know why you wouldn't have bought Horizon this year. Like what would stop a person?
don't know,
What are you playing on your PS5? That's what I want to know. I mean,
That's
Elden
fair.
Ring,
That is
obviously,
fair.
but
You ain't playing Ratchet and Clank.
Man, that game,
Dude,
that game
they-
came out and died. That game
Nobody
came out and-
cared.
Bro, it didn't came out. It was also bundled. They also did a bundle for that one.
I
Did
think
they-
Ratchet and Clank was at like 1 million, like at the
In
end
a
of
month.
summer last year. Yeah,
Something like that.
but
It was on everybody's list. They were talking about the power, the SSD, all this nonsense, and nobody cared once that game came
that's
out.
because it's.
That's
Hey,
bullshit.
man,
I'm sorry,
I
it's
played it
Insomniac.
like a month ago, and it was good as hell. It was great.
Yeah, I'm
great.
sure it's a great game. I just find it funny that
I don't
people-
know.
people advocate for shit they don't even really play.
Wait, also Neon White at an 89. That could be an indie
Oh, yeah,
hit
Neon
for,
White.
for That's at 89. Same thing
But
as
by the time
Xenoblade.
God of War comes out, I don't know.
Nobody gonna
Bayonetta
remember
3.
Neon White.
I don't know if
It'll
there's.
be on best indie at least minimum.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't
Like, it
know
has
what
to.
other.
Tunic.
I don't even know what other like third party.
It's at 84, 85 right now. So
They're gonna have to go up against Tunic. I don't know if they're gonna handle Tunic.
It could.
But
Maybe it got hands.
before we go,
Tunic, Stray.
Stray's at 84.
Why is
really
that blown
84?
up? Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
Stray blew up.
I watched
for
a review.
for
As
no
Dusk
reason.
Falls.
Man, come on. That was an obvious.
I think
I could've told- I would've been
Donkey's
playing it.
review of Stray kind of summed up how I was feeling just based on the trailer. He's like, really cool idea, but it's like you look at it till an icon pops up, you hit the button, and the cat. Obviously, cats are super agile. You shouldn't have to fail jumping onto something. But
It's weird. It's weird with the cat doing dog things.
And it's just like there doesn't seem to be a lot of
What the dog
gameplay
doing?
to it.
It shouldn't be doing dog things. That's what I started getting. Okay, I know there's nothing you can really do. You got the cat as a main character, so he's gonna have to pick up shit and do things.
Mhm.
But that's not really cat things. That's not what cats do. That's
But
a
I
dog
like
thing.
the idea of playing as a cat and like exploring a city, but like they just simplified the gameplay too much, and it just doesn't seem like there's. And it's like
Yeah, it is
4
pretty
or 5
simple.
hour game with cinematics or whatever. So I was like,
Yeah, I like that to me.
that's like
I enjoy it though. I'm
that's a
enjoying it.
$10 game for me for 5 hours. Fuck that. It's only $30, so I'll wait.
I paid the 30.
Oh, you're playing it, T?
Yeah.
I thought I saw it was supposed to be free for PlayStation Plus at the launch weekend, but I think that was a typo.
Isn't it for the extra or something?
I'm playing it on the
It's-
Steam Deck.
It said for anything. It said for even
Oh, really?
regular PlayStation Plus, but oh well.
Motherfuckers lied, bro. They lied.
I'm
Um,
looking forward to playing it in 8, 9 months, 10 months.
I might check it out. But so we were talking about the Switch. We are talking about earlier. I don't know if I said this on air. I had kind of a little game to play. It's nothing special. It was just I was looking at the Switch library. I was thinking about the Switch library. And I was just kind of putting games into categories, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I'm gonna just list some games. And
Wait a minute. Before you start, give me like 2 minutes. I gotta go grab something real quick.
Okay.
All right.
I'll wait to describe it then. Well, I'll say it to you guys. There's like a group of games, and there's kind of a thing that they have in common that's not maybe obvious. So I thought it'd be interesting to see if you guys could guess. And then I'm gonna list a different group of games that has kind of a similar thing, but it might be the opposite that they have in common as the other group. So, I thought I could kill 5-10 minutes. It's not going to be a 40 minutes of 20 questions like last week. Apologize for that. I should have edited that out or put timestamps and just said skip to this section.
That
Well,
was
we're reading
entertaining.
my new purchase.
What was that, a Dreamcast?
Well, Dreamcast
Is it a shoe?
Refurbished?
shell,
Oh, shell. I thought it was a
A
shoe.
black
bro.
Dreamcast shell. Nice.
clear blue.
Oh, it's clear blue.
I'm gonna
That should be pretty
reshell it when I
simple.
do the whole mod for the SD card and all that.
I looked for like Super NES shells and I could not find anything because mine's like green.
I've seen them, but
mine's
God
like
dang,
yellow
are they
green.
expensive.
Are they? Mine's
Yeah.
like yellow and green. I don't even want to look at it. It's so bad.
You
So,
can repair that.
Nah, not to what I think. What I would justify all the time and effort. I've seen the results, and it's usually just looks like it got bleached, and it's not consistent. I could paint it if I could get a decent light paint job on it without like filling in the texture. Like an airbrush
You in a
paint.
smoker's house? Whew.
Yeah, well, I
Yours
sold
ain't
it.
pristine like this here, boy.
I sold it to my cousin when I got my N64, and who knows where the house I picked it up in smelled like fucking reefer when he was living with these.
That better look brand new.
It does. That's
It does.
mine
Goddamn.
looks like trash. I don't even want to open it.
Mine
Better
is
keep
trash.
it out of
too. I
that
have a-
sunlight when you ain't playing.
Super Nintendo.
If I would have
It's
owned
all-
it the whole time, it'd probably look like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I know how you keep shit. Ah, dang.
But that was like the era when I was like, N64's out. I don't need this shitty ass Super Nintendo. That was my mindset. I kid you not.
That's before you realized the library that was going to be in
I
the
sold,
N64.
yeah, I sold the Super Nintendo and my games for like, God, I don't know, $80 or something.
Oh man.
And
God damn.
Painful.
I even remember like throwing the controllers in the box with it, like just like toss. I kept the box. I just didn't care.
Yeah.
Why do you have 2 copies of 3 sealed?
No,
I got
no.
out of order.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry. Hold on. I think the problem is they're fucking.
Oh, that's a 2. Okay.
Their covers look so
They're very
fucking similar.
Yeah.
That literally looks like, oh, you just got the same copy of the
Especially
same
2
game.
and 3.
That is awesome. I love that they're
I'll
doing
have
like that,
I'll have that too. So anyway, Terrell, I'm just gonna list three or so games. They're gonna have some connective tissue that they have in common, and you guys are gonna have to try to figure out what that is. It's not gonna be the obvious thing like the year or anything that came out. Just look. I was just thinking about the Switch's library, and I just thought it was interesting. It's gonna end with kind of a point, so I'm gonna list 3 games, and you guys can just just try to guess in what they have in common here. So, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Breath of the Wild, and Super Mario Odyssey all have something in common. That's not the year they came out.
Fuck, I was gonna say 2017.
So
I don't think
Xenoblade 2, Breath of the Wild, and Odyssey.
Here's my question: we don't count Odyssey as an open world game, do we?
No.
Okay.
And you can just guess. I'll just tell you no.
Say a sandbox game.
Yeah, but it's not the same compared
No.
to 2 and
Sandbox?
Breath of the Wild. Breath
You're
of the
very
Wild
cold.
is-
You're very cold on that guess.
Can you run that again? Because I couldn't hear it.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey.
What's the connection?
Yeah, and it's not the year.
Is there only one?
There's multiple connections probably, but I'm thinking of something specific. And then I'm going to give you another list that kind of is the opposite of that, if you will. It has the opposite thing in common.
So XC what? 1 or
2.
or 2? XC2.
And these are all Switch
Mario
games.
Odyssey.
Wow.
Switch
I got
games.
2 of them, but
and Odyssey.
Odyssey's was
All right, we can come back to
your
that. You don't have to get it.
games?
You don't have to get it right now. So here's
They say
here's a list
no?
of 2 games that has the opposite thing in common.
Opposite.
Hyrule Warriors,
Oh, fuck.
Age of Calamity, Bayonetta 3.
Wait, so they
What?
It's the thing they don't.
The thing they have in common is the opposite of the first list.
Oh, well, I mean, Bayonetta 3 is hack and slash. Well, action game. Fuck.
Age of Calamity, Bayonetta 3. They have the thing
that completely throws off my guess.
the
for
thing
first-
the thing I'm thinking of that they have in common is the exact opposite of the thing the other list has in common.
Nintendo published, but not Nintendo developed.
Actually, that's a good guess. I would give that. But I don't think. I think it's less obvious than that.
All right, so here's group 3. The more groups I give, the more you might see the connection.
confusing it gets.
No, it should be the less confusing. Group 3, Luigi's Mansion 3, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Metroid Dread.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh.
I don't. There's no coming out of me. I don't know.
I'm gonna say first party.
And that's supposed to be like
No,
similar.
nothing
like,
to do with first party.
and wait,
Oh.
this third group is more.
The third
like,
group is
similarity?
something in common, but it's like cousins to the other thing. The other
Oh
group's
my
thing
goodness.
In common.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Oh my
it's in the
goodness.
same vein, but
My
it's
brain.
it's different.
Hold on.
Brain just
Is
turned to mush.
Is it the age of the IP? Hold on.
Are we supposed to
No,
be answering this
no,
right now?
you can just guess, and I'll tell you if you're wrong, so you
Luigi's
can keep
Mansion
guessing.
3, Animal Crossing, and Dread.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Uh,
like cousins to
Long-awaited
the first one.
sequels to games that we've
Ooh.
always wanted.
I'll give you another one in the same
No.
category of 3. Paper
my-
Mario, Origami King. It's in that same category of 3.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
What the
I
fuck?
can't remember what 3 was anymore.
You talking about
Luigi's Mansion 3,
Dread,
Animal Crossing,
Dread.
Dread, and Paper Mario Origami King.
Luigi's Mansion 3, Dread,
What the fuck?
Animal Crossing.
No, nothing to do with
Super
directs.
Mario.
They're all sequels.
They
Is it-
definitely
Wait,
that
is
is
it-
a
is-
common thread. That's not what I'm
Uh,
looking for specifically, but that is kind of the main common thread that might give you.
They're all,
They're well received sequels. Hold on.
Zelda, Xenoblade, and Mario Odyssey, or maybe
Remember,
Wii
Xenoblade
titles?
Chronicles 2, Breath of the Wild, Odyssey,
controversial sequel? No, that's not.
No, 'cause
Age of
it's fucking-
Calamity, Bayonetta 3 have the opposite thing in common.
The
If I tell you the
thing.
fourth group, that might
Bayonetta
be
3
a
and Age of
giveaway.
Calamity, what the fuck?
All right, well, let's hear the
Wow.
fourth group.
You want to
'cause
hear the
I-
fourth
I don't-
group?
Yeah.
Yeah,
New
I
Super
guess.
Mario
What-
Brothers U Deluxe,
Okay.
Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze,
All right.
Oh, that-
Pikmin
that-
3. Now this is the opposite of
Oh.
Group 3.
So the first group is only on. No, it can't be only on
So
Switch.
3 and 4
No.
are the opposites. 1 and 2 groups 1 and 2 are opposites. The thing they
They're
have in
ports?
common.
1 and 2 are opposites. Well, then 2 are.
So what about?
Wii
Okay,
ports.
so
So Luigi's Mansion 3, Animal Crossing,
those
Dread,
are.
Because
and
those
then
are all-
the opposite of that is New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, Tropical Freeze, and Pikmin 3.
Well, that side is Wii U ports and new
Okay,
Switch
this-
games.
The first
Right?
HD sequels?
No,
No.
right,
No,
it's
no,
I
no,
mean,
no,
Robert,
new
that's
games.
true, but that's not
That's not
what
what
I'm
they
look-
are.
That's not what I'm
Fucking hell.
looking for. Something more
They're-
specific.
No, that's
they're
not. that
lacking.
can't-
They're lacking. They're lacking like fucking. Oh, it's like inspired
It's gonna
sequels.
be anxiety, man.
Like, because
So
New
what-
Super Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong, and
What do they have in common other than Wii U ports?
And
Other
Donkey,
than
what's the
being
other
Wii
one?
U games.
What was the other one? Donkey
They're
Kong
all
and what?
Pikmin 3, Tropical
3.
Freeze, and then think in relation to the Switch, what do those games have in common? Focus on that.
They're okay. Wii U ports.
Other than that.
Fuck.
I wouldn't even say they all had rumored sequels because I don't think
Hmm?
New Super Mario Brothers didn't have a rumored sequel.
No, it didn't.
I know the
They're all
other two.
$60 is some bullshit.
No, hold on.
Terrell's he's heading down the right path. You're getting warm.
How? I don't even know.
Oh shit.
Hold on.
What do they have in
idea,
common?
man. If he's warm, goddamn.
Hold on. They don't.
New Super Mario Brothers used the
See,
one that.
The New Super Mario Brothers one is the one that's fucking me up because the
Well,
other
even
two,
Donkey Kong, because like.
Donkey Kong and Pikmin 3.
Wait,
Are
wait,
both
wait.
games-
So hold on. So Luigi's Mansion 3, Animal Crossing,
And Dread are
and Paper Mario.
opposites. It's the opposite
They-
thing as
There's
Mario.
Donkey Kong.
They're
Pikmin.
all. Oh,
My
hold on.
brain just turned to a dude.
No. They're all sequels that lived up to the hype. Fucking.
No, that's not quite. That's the wrong
Oh.
path. That's the wrong path.
That's opinion. That's opinion.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Focus on
Has to be
the
facts.
first part of
Okay,
that.
all those games are
Focus
trash.
on the first
man.
part of that, Terrell.
The sequel part.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
They're
with Matthew
all-
Shea. I forgot the groupings. It's just confusing
Want
me.
me to
Well, the
re-
first one is Zelda, Xenoblade.
They're all
and
high selling
Odyssey.
sequels.
The second
No.
group is Bayonetta and
Think Switch
Hyrule
Warriors,
specifically.
Hyrule Warriors.
Age of
Hyrule
Calamity,
Warriors,
Age of
Age of
Think
Calamity.
Switch
third
library.
group is Dread,
Oh,
Paper Mario, Animal Crossing, and Luigi
Origami
Mansion, and
King.
it's got the Wii U ports. The last one is like 3 Wii U games: Donkey Kong, Super Mario Brothers U.
How is Luigi's Mansion 3 in any way the
Unnecessary
opposite of
Switch
Pikmin
ports.
3?
They
It's real simple.
They're both
They're-
threes. Well, that's not the opposite.
no,
Obviously.
obviously not. No, they're. It's
In the
a
simplest
sequel-
terms, Luigi's Mansion 3, Pikmin 3. On the
There
Switch.
Luigi
On
Mansion
the
has
Switch.
3 words. Has 3 words. Pikmin 3 is 2 words.
Opposite, not the
I
same.
don't think it's.
That's the opposite.
Yeah.
One is 3 words. One is 2 words.
That's
No,
not
fuck
the
you.
I don't think it, I
That's
don't
not
think it
the
beats
opposite.
sophomore.
That's just a
That's
difference.
super-
That's a difference.
I
Luigi's
hope it
Mansion
would be
3
a
and
sophomore
Pikmin
for
3.
that.
Don't think when. All right, think the Switch specifically, Switch as the Switch library. Don't think about 2012 or whenever Pikmin 3 came out.
A six. Well, because Pikmin 3
Think
Deluxe
about
became
it
the
as
best. Became the best-selling Pikmin game.
nothing to do with
and it was-
sales.
Fuck.
Shit.
Hold on.
Pikmin
This shit-
3.
They were both
Here's another
This
hint.
shit good, bro.
Here's another hint.
This shit
Miyamoto.
good.
Miyamoto. Quote. A Miyamoto
Miyamoto.
quote.
Pikmin 4.
Quote?
Oh no, that's not it. Like Pikmin.
No, because
You're warm, T.
The Pikmin 4 stuff,
When
but
the next one is done, the next game is already
Well, that's
finished.
no, not that specifically.
Oh.
it's not right. They weren't. Neither of them were right.
All right. Here,
They had 3DS.
here's another game in that category.
in the fourth one.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
In which category?
That fourth
Those
category.
have added content? No.
Oh,
Nothing to do with content. Let's see,
What
bro.
the
Luigi's
fuck?
Mansion Mario Odyssey gave it away. They were playing for
what is
Wii
the
U.
fourth
No.
category?
The fourth is the Wii U ports that I listed. New
Oh.
Super Mario Brothers U,
Yeah.
Tropical Freeze, Pikmin 3, and Mario Kart 8
Mario
Deluxe.
Kart.
The opposite is one.
And the opposite
has
is
nothing to do with they
Luigi's
were made
Mansion
for Wii
3,
one.
Animal Crossing New Horizons, Metroid Dread, Paper Mario Origami King.
And it has
Right.
nothing to do with their
Has
sequels.
nothing
to do with
one
sales.
was made for Wii
Has
U,
nothing to do
Nothing
with
to do with
sales.
sales.
Nothing to do with
Nothing to do with
sports.
Wii U specifically.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
There
they're
were
all
sequels that-
ports.
Oh, I know. It was Luigi's Mansion
Sequels, yes, warm.
3.
When
Are
you
you gonna say
start talking about sequels, then you're getting warm.
Pikmin 3? All those that group, none of us bought it. Meanwhile, the other ones we all bought.
No, that's money again.
No,
No,
you
no,
all
no.
bought Mario Kart 8. Though.
No, no, no,
Oh,
no,
that's
no,
right.
no,
no,
Fuck, I forgot it. Goddamn.
no. Luigi's say the Luigi's Mansion group again.
Animal Crossing New Horizons, Metroid Dread, Paper Mario, Origami King. Let me think another. Mario Golf is another one.
What?
What?
Mario Golf Rush, whatever it's called.
Super Rush.
Super Rush.
Super Rush, Mario Tennis Aces.
They're all sequels that are already only on the Switch.
Oh, that's very
Wait,
warm.
huh?
That's very
Well,
warm.
No.
Isn't that what
How's
Jagger
it
was
bullshitting?
saying, though?
That's warm, but it's
But
not
what?
it.
That's warm. But what else do they have?
They're
Okay.
What other thing can you say about them other than their sequels only on Switch?
There's sequels.
the
on
best version
Switch
is played
that
on
are
Switch.
first party
No, the category 3.
Nintendo.
They're
Well,
There's
yeah, they're all
sequels on
first-party
Switch
Nintendo.
that
you can play. You can still get the same experience.
There,
You
no,
can get
category 3. There's Luigi's Mansion, and New Horizons, Dread, and Origami King. He said they're only sequels on the Switch. That's half of it.
the only sequels on
And
Switch.
And then the opposite is New Super Mario Brothers U, Tropical Freeze, Pikmin 3, Mario Kart 8.
They're all.
those are
can be played on
ports
Wii
on-
U,
Those are
and
all
arguably
Switch.
they're better on the Wii U.
No, nothing to do with being better. It's the fact that they are ports, but there's
They're all
one
ports from the Wii
there's
U,
one
but
little nugget that connects it all together. That
that
they're
have enhancements.
nothing to do with enhancements.
What the fuck? Hold on.
They're in
So let's want to go back to 1 and 2 and see if they.
Let's
with
go
that-
back to 1 and 2. Yeah.
So Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and the opposite of that is Age of
Yeah.
Calamity and Bayonetta 3.
And it has nothing to do with the year.
Nope. But
And
it's
this
the
has nothing to do
same
with the
as what you were.
developer?
It's the same as what you were.
Oh,
Yeah.
they were games that started off as Wii U games.
No, but think back
No?
to
Fuck.
think back to the connective thing with the with
3 and 4.
3 and 4.
The sequels, they're all
So
sequels.
you only had
They're
3
all
is only
Switch.
had sequels on Switch, and then 4 is ports on Switch, and then the other one. So I list. They're all.
ports to Switch.
So the first category, the games
first,
I listed.
First one is a port to Switch. Wii U games ported to Switch.
No,
No, I think like that's redundant. I don't think that's
exclusively on Switch.
no. I think it's
Were
I got
built
Breath of the
ground
Wild.
up for the Switch.
All right, so let's focus on Age of Calamity. What, as a Switch game,
I can't focus on any of this shit.
you get the
Coin
same game.
tech.
Hyrule
Coin
Warriors,
tech.
Age of Calamity.
You can get the same
Uh-huh.
gameplay experience.
Think of that compared to group 3.
Koei
I don't even remember
Tecmo.
what Group 3 is anymore.
Group 3 is
That's,
the
Animal
sequels
Crossing,
only
Paper
on
Mario.
Switch. Group sequels
So-
only on Switch.
These are
It's a
Okay,
sequel.
spin-offs.
So
It's a sequel to a.
Age of Calamity is a
Bayonetta 3.
sequel only on
And
Switch,
Age
but there's
Calamity is a
third-party
sequel.
exclusives
But-
on Switch.
Age of Calamity is a exclusive on Switch, but there's something that it has that
Third-party
Third-party
collaboration.
exclusives on Switch.
what
Second-party.
does Age of Calamity have that Luigi's Mansion 3 doesn't?
That is third party.
No. Other than that.
No, that's too obvious. It's
What does
Is it
Bayonetta
not?
3 have on Switch that Metroid Dread doesn't have on Switch?
It doesn't exist yet.
Well, when it comes out.
no. It's something that we
fuck.
should already know.
Bayonetta 3 has that.
I'm making up
Mario-
my own rules. It's my own game. I'm just trying to lead you guys to the answer without just you're close, but
What
Then
does
you're-
Metroid Dread have? I mean, what does Bayonetta 3 have that Metroid Dread?
what does
doesn't
Age of
have?
Calamity have on Switch that
That
New
Dread
Horizons
and all those
doesn't
do
have? Mm-hmm.
That do have.
That no, Dread doesn't have, but Age
Oh,
and
does-
Bea do have.
23 frames per second.
But it's related to the sequel thing that you mentioned earlier. That was when you were getting warmer.
These are someone saying down here. Is it prequels? No, right? They're not
It's a
prequels.
prequel.
No.
No.
'Cause I don't think
Oh,
Bayonetta
The
3 has prequels.
sequels
Con-
that
that are prequels.
what's the word I'm looking for? No, not that. God damn it.
So what is Age of
that-
Calamity?
there's
Hyrule
sequels
Warriors.
That are like an alternate
no.
universe.
No. There's sequels. There's sequels that act as prequels.
No, that's
Or-
the wrong
Not only
direction.
Bayonetta acts as a prequel.
No,
No,
what?
The sequels that have alternate realities.
No, wrong direction.
Multiverse. The multiverse.
The multiverse.
All
What does it
right.
have? What
Let
does
me
it
see if
have?
I can think of some more games for one of these lists. All right, let's go back to 3 and 4. So Luigi's Mansion 3. That's a exclusive only on Switch. I already agreed.
Yep.
That's
Uh-huh.
correct. And then
Mhm.
New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe or Pikmin 3.
Okay.
We agree those are
Wii U ports.
Wii U ports on the Switch.
On the Switch.
So what doesn't Pikmin 3 have at all on Switch?
The game
DLC.
Not the game, but we'll say
Oh.
the series.
2 and
A
1.
collection.
No, not quite.
Oh
Doesn't
no.
have 2 and
So
1.
what does Pikmin 3 have that what doesn't have?
Pikmin 3 doesn't have.
Or it doesn't have that.
That Luigi Mansion does have.
No,
Luigi
that
Mansion.
one's
What?
not. That's I was
Oh,
just giving a
fuck.
pretty obvious
See?
hint, not towards. What is Luigi's Mansion 3 that Pikmin doesn't have on Switch?
It's a brand new sequel.
Oh, that's close.
It's a
So what doesn't Pikmin 3 have?
A new game?
Yes.
On
Tails?
Yes, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what doesn't Luigi's Mansion 3 have?
An old game.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's
I don't
the-
even understand that.
so Luigi's Mansion 3
it was simpler
is
than what we were
is
thinking.
a sequel. It doesn't have
Uh-huh.
Luigi
a
Mansion
port
2 or
of
1.
2 or 1. It doesn't
Yeah,
have a port
okay.
of an old game, so it's just a new game that
no-
they didn't.
no back-
Nintendo didn't
no
feel the
port.
need to bring the previous game in order to bring the new game.
Oh.
Gotcha. And so Bayonetta 3 and Hyrule Warriors both have ports.
They're old-
or
they're
whatever.
old games.
And then
Yeah, ports.
Xenoblade
then-
Chronicles 2, Breath of the Wild, and Odyssey have their own little connection.
They're all on Switch.
But they all have an
Oh,
older
wait, is that
game.
wait, is Group 1 and 2 like that's what it is too also or no?
Yeah, Group 1, Xenoblade
All the
Chronicles 2,
previous titles
Breath of
are
the
on
Wild
Switch,
2,
available on
Odyssey
Switch.
became.
Because you could play a
But
previous
what's
Zelda
different
game on
about
Switch.
what's different about Breath of the Wild, Xenoblade Odyssey compared to Age of Calamity and Bayonetta? I mean, basically what you're just saying, but there's one little thing that
I was gonna
separates.
say, 'cause
Caveat, one little
technically-
caveat.
There's definitely because I'm thinking Bayonetta 3 has Bayonetta 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Age of Calamity
That's Breath of the Wild.
has
No.
Hyrule Warriors. Has
Yep.
Hyrule Warriors.
Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition.
Right.
Definitive. And then Breath of the Wild.
Doesn't
Technically,
have-
you've got fucking Ocarina of Time on there and a bunch of shit.
Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword and Xenoblade
the
has
con-
a
That was
remaster,
the previous fucking game.
a definitive, and 3D All Stars with Mario,
one more little thing that
and then
separates
3D
them.
Mario with 3D Mario All Stars.
Mhm. So
So
what's
they-
why is there opposite though? Why is the thing opposite?
One is remasters, one is just one has remaster games, and the other side
It's just-
has
It has-
just ports.
No,
No.
it can't be right. It can't be
No,
right.
no.
They're
Because
flip
Xenoblade-
flopped.
definitive editions.
They're
definitive
flip
editions.
flopped. That's the better way to say it. The thing that they have in common is flip flop for the two games, for the two groups.
Okay, hold on. I have to remember what the hell I
My
said.
brain-
because
Just flip
because
flop.
Bayonetta 3 has a 1 and 2 port,
Mm-hmm.
but
We just discussed it.
but
We just said-
no. But like Breath of the Wild just has other Zelda games on there.
It's
Zelda
not that.
Skyward
It's not
Sword
that.
HD.
All right. The
No, they
difference
have
is
remasters. They have remasters.
the difference
Mr.
is
True.
Age of Calamity and Breath of the Wild 3.
What?
They brought the
Bayonetta
old game first before the new game.
Oh.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Breath of the Wild Odyssey. They brought the previous
the-
game
the-
later.
oh, I get it, because that's the flip flop.
Oh,
yeah.
It's the timing. Oh,
So,
my
yeah.
Mr. True
God.
says, so long
Yeah,
to
that's
this
tough,
idea
yo.
of being as a quick game.
Still, it was
That's
interesting.
that's
I still found it.
totally-
So
yeah, dude.
the whole point
Yeah,
is
that
I
idea
like-
is over.
whole-
I like games, man.
the whole point
That's cool.
is there's way more games on Switch that just have a sequel without the old game than I thought. So you got Luigi's Mansion 3, New Horizons, you got Dread, Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, Strikers, Origami King. There's probably more that I just didn't write down. And they don't have the previous game before or after. It's just
Well, I was told on Twitter that that's almost impossible to do. Unless
So the
they-
point
until they
is
change the firmware.
that Nintendo can bring a new game in a series to the Switch. They don't have to bring the old game first. They don't have to bring the old game after. Like,
Yeah.
it's perfectly fine just to have a new game, have the previous game be on whatever system it launched on. That's kind of the idea that I got in when I was thinking about. It's like, people always want to play the old game before the new game comes out. Oh, can't you bring whatever?
Does that affect the sales, though? Can we look a little deeper? Because, Luigi's Mansion did well.
Did great. If you had
Yeah.
released Dark Moon first,
10 million. Did 10 million.
if you had released Dark Moon first, would Luigi's Mansion 3 have done as well? That's
I don't think so.
I don't know.
so. Basically,
Dark
even
Moon's
with
what-
PlayStation, Xbox, I feel like a sequel gets announced, and then they're like, "Can you bring this game from this so it's not stuck on the PS3, so it's not stuck on the Wii?" Like, just
Gotcha.
we used to live in a world where you'd get the new game on the new system, and you didn't ask or
Yeah,
even
and you shut the
expect
fuck up and you just
the
played the new
previous
game.
game on that same system.
That's a weird trend of
And it's like I
today's
don't
gamer.
I don't
get it.
understand
I don't like.
why, what's a sequel that's coming up or got announced recently, and I was like, oh, well, I want to play Red Dead Redemption. I want to play
Go play
Red.
this shit.
I want to play a port of Red Dead on the PS4 before Red Dead. Why? Like, why do you go play it on the 360? Like, I never.
You could literally play the
You-
Red
don't
Dead
you
Redemption on
remember?
Series X. Yeah.
When we first, here it is. Don't you remember when we first got this bad boy here? We were all like, "Oh man, I want to play Mario 1, 2, and 3 on that bitch first, before I play Super Mario World."
They did bring it later, but
They did bring it later, but nobody was saying that shit. We want the new game, bitch.
so I could have probably said how Age of Calamity and Bayonetta 3 could potentially be tied to the new Super Mario Bros. U, Tropical Freeze, Pikmin 3, and Mario Kart 8 category, because we might get Pikmin 4 on the Switch. You might get a new Donkey Kong on the Switch. And then it's like...
Better, man. What the hell?
But it's just interesting that those 4 for sure are the only ports I could think of where it's just you got the port. There's no new game announced. There's no...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want, before they bring a port of Donkey Kong, before they bring the next Donkey Kong game out, I want Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong 3, Donkey Kong Country Series. I want all that on the Switch before I play. I want to be able to play the next Donkey Kong game.
And I wasn't talking about Switch
Remasters of
online
Jungle
either.
Beat, Barrel Blast.
I want Donkey Kong
Yeah, I want
64.
Barrel Blast, King of Swing, all that
King of
shit.
Swing.
I don't know how you gonna put
Oh
King of
my
Swing on that bitch, but you can do it. Go.
It's like another one be
It's trapped on the
WarriorWare.
DS,
The
kid.
new WarriorWare didn't have. They didn't bring on the
Yeah.
old WarriorWare games.
Bring all the WarioWares, because
We need
they didn't do
the
that because they're all better than this new
Yeah.
we
one.
need Mega Micro
Wow.
Games.
Damn.
So there's
You
two
wanna do
other
that?
there's two other series that are very unique as well, Kirby and Splatoon, where they both just have a new sequel and then another one after that on the Switch, like Star Allies and Forgotten Land and Splatoon 2 and 3.
But is it a sequel though? Is it a sequel?
It's not a like sequel
It's not a
sequel, but it
direct
has
sequel.
two
Right.
new games without any old games.
Does it fall in line in the Kirby lore? What the f-
That's a damn shame, man. We need
Kirby
Kirby
has
Dream
lore?
Land 1, 2, 3 return epic
No.
yarn.
'Cause even, like,
we need
Xenoblade, they put the definitive edition out, and I get it because that one was kind of an exception because it came out. You could only get it at GameStop. People
Yeah,
had
it
to
made
beg
sense.
for it.
Yeah.
I get re-releasing that.
Every time Xenoblade 1 came out, there was some fucking caveat.
Yeah. So
Obviously, for Xenoblade, when it came out on Wii, it was like we had to beg for that bitch and claw and scrape for it. And we got it really late, and so that hurt the sales. And then when they brought it to the 3DS, you had to have the new 3DS to play that bitch. So
Yeah.
that also fractured.
even though
how
I
many
was
people
kind of
could actually buy it.
shit talking a little bit, I mean, I thought it should have been a better port, but
I
still.
should have known. I should have known it was for you. It'd be some kind of shit talking angle. If I would have done that, I probably would have figured the shit out.
I just think of gaming in general, not just Nintendo. It's like, why do we need?
yeah.
Like,
Oh my god.
maybe if
Yeah,
you
gaming
just
in general.
let's
I'm
say
tired
you
of hearing
just jumped into, let's say, the PlayStation ecosystem. You got lucky at a PS5. You might say, yeah, I don't want to just play Horizon Forbidden West. I want to play, but you can play the original game through backwards compatibility. But some people still might, well, I want a native port of Horizon Zero Dawn, or want.
how many people do you hear talking and I want Bloodborne remastered. I want Bloodborne
Yeah.
remastered. I'm like,
Well,
holy.
that's-
Well, I understand Bloodborne.
That
Remastered.
one I can kind of get. It was an
Yeah.
early PS4
Yeah.
game, and it really suffers frame rate and stuff on the
Yeah.
base PS4. It's almost like
Me.
it should have came out a year later. They should have.
Yeah, I can understand the remastering. They should
'Cause I played it-
remastered that with,
Now there's no
we call
problem playing it on the
Pro?
PS5. You at least get a locked 30 FPS, even though it's not the smoothest because of its inherent issues. It's still way smoother than most people play if you play it on the base PS4. But still, like that game, as good as it is, I wouldn't mind. Not for me personally, I wouldn't mind for new players to like just put some polish to it, bump up it to 60 FPS, something.
Yeah, but to re-release that as a remastered title.
As long as it
You
ain't
know what I mean?
$70, I'm happy. Re-release
Yeah.
it $40.
but it probably will be
I know.
with the way that.
If they did
doing
like the
shit.
Demon Souls full-on remake, then yeah, maybe.
Right.
But that doesn't need
But
it.
even you really need.
But that's a
I know
PS3
you don't
game.
think that. I know you think it's not a great looking PS4 game, but I think it's crazy good looking. So it's like I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
I mean, it has pretty serious stuttering and daring, especially that spider
Like
fight.
I mean, like visual, like to
Yeah.
go out and it'd be
All you gotta
less
do-
than the Last of Us remake. You know what I mean? So that's why, like, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't have to do a ton of work. Just
Why people calling that a
60
remake? There ain't no
FPS,
damn
clean,
remake.
clean up the textures.
That's what they technically did.
They did call it a
Call that
remake.
shit a remake. I'll whoop their ass.
But technically, they did. I mean,
Don't be-
technically, they
don't be out here
go
throwing
out and
violence, bro.
remake it.
Don't be, put him up. Put him up.
All right, so
That shit ain't no remake, man. That's a damn remaster.
Jesus Christ.
well, I mean, the visuals are all remade. They're using the same animations, the same motion capture, and the same voice acting. They didn't redo any of that. They added new AI, so your character's not going to go run out and get spotted like in the original game. I mean, that's a nice improvement, but that's not.
And they took away the multiplayer, $70,
Yeah.
please. What the fuck?
It's just
Fuck outta
ridiculous.
here,
They keep
bro.
got it. You know how you know when something is bullshit is when they keep going out of their way to try to tell you it isn't bullshit. They've done it
Right.
twice now. How long were they on that stage with Jeff Keighley? Like 15, 20 minutes talking about it? They put out a 7-minute trailer of the new gameplay, and all it was is all visual. Oh, this
And they're gonna sell you the multiplayer mode separately for $70.
It
Yeah.
sounds like that's gonna be like a whole new.
Well, it's apparently
Yeah, but
going to
yeah,
be a whole.
I
It's
didn't
not
mean
just
the multiplayer. I just meant a multiplayer
yeah.
mode.
If it's like a very robust thing, it's not just pull it from the first
But
game.
$70 for
But
a
still,
multiplayer, like online only game, I can't.
but yeah, the
A
fact
lot of
that they
people
had
do, I
to,
can't rock
they
with
put a video out to try to convince people of all this gameplay changes. And I think I talked about this last week. I feel like we did. One of the gameplay changes was just the environment particles fly off when they shoot the wall you're taking cover behind. That's not gameplay, unless the wall actually disintegrates and you have to move. That's not.
Can I get to the gameplay part?
That's visual flourish. That's all that is.
Yeah. Which it's cool. It ain't $70 though. After we just had.
Hell no.
So I didn't pick up Xenoblade Chronicles 3 because I'm real close to finishing Horizon.
Bitch, Shadow of Colossus. Compare that to the PS2 game, to the PS4 game, $40 goddamn dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a major change. That was Sony last gen. They did it a couple times. I don't know if they did.
How much was the Uncharted collection?
$40.
That was a remaster. How many
I think
games
it
was
might have
it?
launched at 60, but I think they
I don't remember.
dropped it to 40 or 50 right away.
But then again, it's fucking 3 games in that shit.
What about God of War 3 remaster though?
That was just a straight remaster, and I think that was only $40 though, 40 or 30, but it was 20.
Yeah, it was like
it's been.
It was a random thing though. I think they should have just done a collection. God of War 1
was weird.
Well, that was PS3 game. They just had to basically upres it. But they only did that. Literally, they did those two. They did that as just a port. They did the
Gears of War.
They did the Uncharted collection, and then they just did the couple remakes. They didn't do a whole lot. Sony themselves didn't do much. The third parties went wild with that.
Yeah.
They brought everything.
I mean, if I look at I mean, I've
Mass
on
Effect.
my PS5, man. There's shit like look at this Resident Evil 5. They brought Dead Rising 2.
Right.
A whole lot of them.
EA did Mass Effect.
Or Sleeping Dogs.
That shit's phenomenal.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
So,
it's a lot of them there.
As
It's 3 fucking games.
But if you purchase them now, why would you? Might as well purchase them for PS4. But
yeah.
So I've been finishing up Horizon. I just hit 78 hours. 78 hours, like 12 minutes. I spent the last 8 hours just like doing all the few side quests left, and like trying to find every campfire in the game. I don't know why. It just struck me as like something I wanted to try to do. I don't think I have. I don't even think there's an achievement for it. But
Here's my thing. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I unlocked something that if somebody was saying I'm about to play Forbidden West, I might, if I could redo it, there's something I would do different, and that is I wouldn't spend so much time exploring until there's a couple story missions that give you new abilities. One is to be able to swim underwater. I would recommend doing that quicker. The other one I'm torn about so this is going to tie back into Xenoblade, because Xenoblade Chronicles X, for those that got the flight module, even when you got the Skell, if you guys remember, Terrell, do you remember when you got your flight module, what did that change for you with Xenoblade? And not to put you on the spot, but
you mean in terms of how people didn't run on the ground anymore?
That's how you play the game,
Yeah. I barely ran on foot anymore once I got that flight module.
That's exactly what I was looking for. That's the same thing I did. So in Horizon, it's like, God, it's right before the last chapter that I'm about to start. It's story based only. You get the ability to be Taruk Makto, for those that know what that is from Avatar.
Taruk Makto.
The great Leonoptrix. You get to fly, and it's fucking glorious, except for I'm in the air. I'm like, I'm gonna go from one end of the map to the other. I'm not gonna be on the ground anymore. I ran out of shards because I'm not fighting machines. I'm just flying around trying to get campfires, and it's just, the flight controls are just so good. They use actual flight controls. You press down to go up to go down. They nailed it.
Nice.
And it's just like, it's good on one hand, but I still wouldn't recommend, I'll say rushing. If you're going to explore the world, I wouldn't recommend, me personally, going to that point sooner than later, because then you're just going to be flying everywhere and you're going to miss a lot of cool stuff on the ground. And
Robert.
I wasn't thinking Robert.
You're on a fucking pterodactyl robot. That's badass.
Damn.
So at one hand,
Bust him
I
the
wish I had
fuck
had
out.
it sooner, but not that much sooner, because like I am missing out. I mean, it's awesome to be in the air. I mean, I'm flying long enough for the sun to rise.
I imagine that's probably gonna be more of that's gonna be more of a post game thing.
And
anyway.
it's like, I mean, if you want to leave a bunch of I wish I had left more side quests before until I got that. But just I don't know, the art of flying. I don't know. It's just the calmness to it. Just like when GTA 5, that's all I did was steal planes and fly in the sky. I'm just like so enamored with just flying, and it's just.
Well, you did a lot of flight simulator stuff.
That too. It's just, and it's stunning, man. Well, there's times where I feel like I'm literally on Pandora and Avatar, where it's like green trees with like a thick layer of fog just below the tops of the trees. I'm coming down this mountain, and it's just like, damn. I didn't know it was in the game 100% till like, I don't know, somebody posted a clip like 2 months ago. And I was like, well, I thought I heard about it, but I don't know why they're keeping it secret, because it's like something to strive for. But it's late game. It's pretty late game.
Speaking of Avatar, and obviously the Avatar game, can somebody explain to me why there's like so much hype around it and people actually care that it got? Because Ubisoft did the original Avatar game and it was utter dog shit.
I mean, the trailer looked promising though for this one.
But that's the thing about the first Avatar game. At the time, it looked really good, but you played it and it was dog shit.
Now that I've done this flying in Horizon, like it has to be to that level or better. For Avatar has a long.
Well, they delayed it to 2023 or 2024. They said.
Really?
I'm like, what?
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
What was the game called?
I'm not surprised it's delayed, but or 2024. I mean, I know the movies are going to keep coming out every year, so it doesn't really matter as far as.
Was it Mists of Pandora or something? It was like something.
I don't know. Something to Pandora, I think. Avatar. Let's see. Avatar.
Factions and legions.
Game. Frontiers of Pandora.
Frontiers of Pandora.
And it was supposed to come out in. Wait, it was really supposed to come out in 2022?
Yeah. How do you have a game that's scheduled to come out in 2022? You get all the way to basically August, and no, we're gonna need to 2024 maybe. What happened? What?
And there's no way this is like.
How does that happen?
This footage, like, yeah, the PS5, not this. It can't be. It's not quite to this level.
I don't know, man.
How far away do you think?
I mean, that's a cutscene. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's obviously.
Well, yeah, that's a cutscene.
But. Like, that's not... You're not going to be seeing grass to that level of detail.
I don't know.
Because Horizon looks absolutely stunning. Don't get me wrong.
I was going to say, Horizon, I feel like already looks pretty much to that point.
We're talking about Ubisoft here? We're talking about Ubisoft?
I'm not kidding. That could be like in-engine like environment, but...
well, basically...
Look at the Matrix stuff. I thought the Matrix stuff...
Yeah, but that foliage is going to be a bigger hit to...
Yeah.
I mean, if it looked... like this would be like RTX 4090 Ti probably running it.
I'm just saying I have
that's
zero
coming
hype.
soon. I'm sure.
I hope it's good, but I have no reason
to
believe it's good.
See, this is one of those things like is this actual behind the camera?
See, that looks, I don't know, I think that totally could be pulled
That
off.
looks like an in-game character, actually.
That totally looks like it could be pulled off.
Yeah, but it could be doing what the Uncharted games did, where it looks super high fidelity in the thing, and then you go
barely doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, this definitely looks like an in-game engine.
That looks like it could be in. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a big drop over what they first showed, though, from the character.
You think? I don't.
So, like, that flying has a lot to live up to, basically, the point I'm making after what I've been experiencing the last week.
This game ain't coming out, man.
2020.
I don't know.
Maybe 20. I'm like, what the what?
I know James Cameron. You can never doubt him. He'll always prove you wrong. But are you kidding me? 4 sequels to Avatar? Like, that's just ridiculous. I'm a fan, and that's to me like, am I gonna care by the 4th movie?
I feel you.
You might.
I understand, but boy, James Cameron, every time you think he's done fucked up, he finds a way and makes the biggest movie ever. So I don't know. I can't. I mean, this is his Star Wars, basically at this point. So.
All right, so let's watch this and see how it compares to what we just saw. I gotta wait for this ad to end.
Grammarly makes
Speaking of Star Wars, got goddamn Andor. If that shit ends up being better than Obi-Wan, goddamn.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You gonna feel some type of way.
The new show based on Guy McAccent from Rogue One.
Guy McAccent? Guy McAccent. Bruh.
I don't know if this is a PS4 or PS5. It didn't say. It said this doesn't look like what I'm used to seeing though. Personally,
I forgot to hit the.
Well, I mean,
it could be a YouTube video, but yeah, this looks like. I will say though, that character model, when you just like move the camera around, like it's got all the detail that the photo mode has. I was very surprised.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when you took like the photos like on the mountains and stuff,
that's not even photo mode. If the HUD was in.
But that's what I'm saying. That I feel like that Avatar game could totally pull it off. If anything, and
oh, careful. Don't want to get destroyed.
You know, this is also a game that runs on PS4, right?
Yeah.
It's a game that runs on PS4. So like, if you take a game
really crappy
that game that only is on PS5,
and they look down so I can see.
Telling you.
Tilt your camera down, bro.
So if I'm comparing this YouTube video to what I'm used to seeing, this looks like about 70% as good. 65, 70.
No, I totally get what you're saying because that's YouTube compression.
What I was playing last night.
Oh, YouTube versus actual like
YouTube compression.
Plus it's the monitor, right? YouTube compression. Yeah. It did say 4K HDR, so. But
that's what I'm saying. This Avatar game could look that good. I totally believe.
I mean, it should look this good. But
but no, it could look that good in the trailer.
Well, the thing about this game
better.
is this game's running 60 to 80 frames per second and looks this good. I don't think Ubisoft's capable of that, but we'll see. But this flying, to get back to it, this flying is a joy to play.
Is it aerial battles or is it just?
Unfortunately, this is one of the only mounts you can't shoot from or attack from, so they missed the mark on that. Because when you're fighting them, they shoot these electric balls at you.
Why can't you shoot when you're riding one?
I was hoping you could, but it's a good way to travel. And he's in like the. I mean,
that would be some good. That'd be some good gameplay. Get something to add to it other than just.
This is San Francisco here.
Flying around.
I find it very peaceful. I love being in the air. And
I get it. That's cool. I'm just saying, if you're gonna have that mechanic, you should have some aerial dogfights.
I'm getting Xenoblade Chronicles vibes when I play, or X vibes and Avatar vibes. It's like the best of like 3 worlds. I enjoy Horizon. I love Avatar, and I love Xenoblade Chronicles X flying in the sky. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. So unfortunately, I think it's anybody other than Terrell plays Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Well, Clock did.
Yeah, I know Clock. We'll give Clock its.
I was supposed to have it, but I forgot to stop.
Twitter post. So he says the best battle system in the Xenoblade for sure, and he loves all the new things they added.
I would probably agree. I'm at the very end of chapter 2. Like from what I was told, I literally only had one more cutscene to go, and then I would start chapter 3. The battle system, it essentially it is a fusion of Xenoblade 1's and 2's battle system. Like it includes the whole like you break, topple, launch, or you can go into the Xenoblade 1 route where you daze, and then I think there's a burst option, but I haven't done it yet in the fight, so I don't know what it looks like. But you have all those options, and you can turn into a fucking mech as early as chapter 2. I just want to give applause. Chapter 2 is one of those fucking chapters that you like, bruh, am I halfway through the game? No. No, it's like whoa. Like I won't even spoil the fight itself. I'm gonna just say this: you get into a boss fight and this shit just keeps happening. It's like, all right, here's the first phase, and here's the second phase, and then here's the third phase, and I'm like, whoa.
I don't really like that type of stuff, to be honest. When you have too many phases.
Thanks, Robert, for sharing.
Robert just took the wind out my sails.
Robert also doesn't like rescuing legendary horses.
Scarlet Nexus had a boss near the end. He had 4 phases. I'm like, dude, fuck off, man. I took you out 4 times. Stop.
Well, if it's interesting, then
I'm only if it works narratively, it tends for me. Yeah. Then I'm 100% down for it.
I don't think it.
You know what I love? I love when
I won't say nothing.
I love when the boss like throws out a bunch of regular enemies for you to fight. That's probably my favorite boss fight.
I will say.
Did it do that, Terrell?
They do that in the fight.
Oh, fuck off. That's not a cool boss. Who gives a shit about that boss?
Why they gotta do that?
To be fair, they only do it in the first phase. But
okay, all right. I'll forgive you for that.
The first.
What about Terrell? If you die in the 4th phase, do you start back in the first?
I don't know. I didn't die.
You didn't die at all?
No, I didn't die.
Okay, so
I think it's bullshit when you die from a fucking low-level ass character they just throw it at you and shit because you're focusing on that, and then the big guy.
We have to interrupt this current conversation for this Street Fighter 6 Chun-Li cosplay.
Oh boy,
it's legendary. This is legendary.
Oh my goodness,
that is like flawless.
That
might be the best cosplay I've ever seen. I mean, she fits every aspect of it. Like
the costume looks nice too.
The costume, the hair. She's got.
Oh my goodness.
THICC, is it?
Oh my goodness.
THICC for sure.
That is amazing. So anyway,
wow.
Go back to what you're saying.
Dog, what the fuck?
You gotta share that in the chat.
I need to start following her.
Good God Almighty. But fucking. But yeah, the traversals been. I mean, it's Xenoblade. The traversal really isn't that much different from any other Xenoblade.
High.
The jump is a lot. Okay. So the jump is marginally better. I won't say a lot better, but it's marginally better.
And can you fall without dying?
No, I've only taken fall damage a couple times, but I don't know if they've reduced how much you take or what. But I have yet to die from jumping off a high cliff, and I can't tell if they just reduced the damage or am I just being too cautious. I don't fucking know. I might have to go out my way and do a really stupid jump just to test the theory, because I'm not 100% confident if they reduce fall damage. And if they reduce fall damage, I'm kind of cool with that. I'm
guessing you can't glide off cliffs.
You can't what?
Can't glide off cliffs.
That would be nice for that series.
Be amazing.
It would.
I'll say with every,
that's a mechanic that more people can copy.
Every single open world, I would love it if you could climb and glide. That's it. After Breath of the Wild, I have to find a way up, man. God damn it, if you remember, I don't know if you ever seen my Xenoblade Chronicles X video from many years ago. I'm like jumping these sharp little edges on the cliffs where I'm not really supposed to jump, but I still make it up.
You call that glitch jumping? Yeah.
Yeah, you break too many games. 3 kind of has part of that kind of glitch jumping. I knew you were gonna fucking post these fucking.
Do you have a favorite?
Do you have a favorite?
I wonder if you have
Is your pre-game favorite the same as your current game? Like you're playing the game favorite, or did that turn out to be the same?
It's weird because I'm still pretty early in the game, and I'm still getting used to like. Just to give a quick context, like this is also the quickest, by the way, the quickest you get your entire party. Like in Xenoblade 2 and 1, you don't get your full party until like chapter 5 or 6 or some shit. You have your full party by as early as chapter like 2 or like late chapter 1 actually. It's got a full fucking squad. As far as my favorite character, it's I don't know if it's changed. I would say Uni, which is the girl with the wings on her head. Mm-hmm. That was probably
the blue one. No, yes.
She's got some qualities.
She was probably my initial. Ooh, I kind of gravitate to her. But if we're talking, yeah. Why did you do that?
What the hell?
That's the clip.
But if you ask me,
I thought Cena
Who I-
was your girl.
who I've leaned towards to, it's probably been Senna.
Is that the
What
which
about-
one's
That's the blue hair one.
What about Uni?
Yeah, I like that one.
Uni was my
Uni?
initial. Uni was my initial favorite before the game came out. Now that the
I
game
thought
is
you were
out
on
and I'm playing,
Cena.
well, I'm on Senna
This
now.
one right
Who's
here.
got the
I'm
better
on Senna.
fan art? This
Nice.
or this?
That's not fair because she definitely gave her some thickness.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
this
you
right
gotta-
here.
You gotta at least
That's-
find.
and
You
then
at least gotta.
blue.
You at least gotta give me another photo where Senna
Team
is
blue.
thick. Also, when it comes to thickness, Ethel is good God Almighty.
Ethel.
But yeah, she's technically one of the bosses you fight towards the latter half.
We're
of
still
chapter 2.
streaming, guys. We're still
I
streaming.
know.
Yeah, he doesn't give a damn. But dude, like the game.
No
like,
love for Mio.
I never was in love with that design. I'll be real with
Ethel.
you.
Xenoblade 3.
Like
There you
even
go,
I'll
there you
give
go.
I'll just to
There
give
you go,
context.
right
This.
I wasn't. Listen.
There's a
I
good
wasn't
one.
even I wasn't even originally a big fan of like Nia's base design before Xenoblade 2 came out. What sold Nia to me was her personality. Nia has such a sassy fucking Scottish cat girl vibe. I was just down for it. And then we got her other outfit, and all the fluids in my body were gone.
Nah, see, I prefer in her yellow jumpsuit shit.
No, listen, she's charming as fuck in that jumpsuit. Is that Morag?
Yeah.
That don't look right. Morag doesn't smile.
Morag's a woman?
I love fan art.
Shut
fan
up.
art.
Shut up,
Bruh.
Oh,
I can't believe
here's
said
our
that.
Mithra
Yeah,
cosplayer.
I
did
said,
a
dog.
Uni.
I saw
Hey.
that picture and I was like, let's
You
go.
remember that, yo? Remember that? That's what
Yeah.
that's what Retro said.
Retro
He
said,
did-
lost
it was
my
a
train of thought
surprise
there.
that Morag was.
Lost
the
my
way
train
he
of
did.
thought.
That was
Yeah, he said that was
was
like
good,
some big
good.
reveal that they ruined in the English
That
voice
big
acting.
reveal.
You knew it
What,
immediately.
oh,
like,
what? Yeah, it wasn't even a reveal. That's the other thing.
Uni
it's not like
won
there's
the
a
July
book-
Patreon poll. Xenohype is real.
Just scroll down.
Who's this guy?
Jesus Christ.
I don't even
Lance.
know. Is he in the game?
Yeah, he's the one of the main
Yeah,
characters.
he's in the game.
He's our
I never
one of our
seen him.
tanks. He's one of our tanks. The battle system is chaotic as fuck, but they added a bunch of cool like improvements that I really fuck with. What the hell is that? Oh, they're just looking. Oh. Also, you can find
bad.
corpses in the
I ain't
game.
gonna
and see
lie.
them
She
all.
bad.
Huh?
She's a bad bee.
Oh, she's one of those like sassy little bastards.
I don't know what that sound is. That's the
The
one.
music
complaint-
sounds really good in the game.
The one
Yes.
complaint that I heard that I agree with for all the games I've played in the series is they're still using the like low quality sound effects for like your footsteps and water and stuff, and I was like,
Oh, like,
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
it's
that's
like
true.
they did that with X
Wow.
and 2 where it's just
Wow.
like it's just the most generic low quality sound for your group running.
But like, I like. Oh man, like
Waifu
even
Chronicles.
some of the subtleties like
Waifu
with the fighting,
Chronicles.
where they added like the little rings around you to give you status effects and shit. The class changing is fucking great, by the way. If you are a fan of Fire Emblem or any RPG where you get to switch classes and give them like different skills
Hey.
and shit, I fuck with that shit so heavy. The fact that you get that as early as chapter 2, God,
Do they have the
this
bikini
game.
class or no?
Well, I mean, I've only gotten like the early classes.
Let me
I ain't
ask you,
got
how
much.
many cutscenes have you run into?
That's
Lot?
probably yes. That's probably if you're someone who isn't a huge fan of cutscenes, but to be fair, Xenoblade.
Why are you
is
playing an
full of cutscenes.
RPG?
There's a
man?
lot
Yeah.
of voice acting.
Yeah,
though,
but
right?
to be fair though, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 had like the most in a game.
No, this has right now. I'll put it this way: it's
More
average
than Metal
cutscene.
Gear
It's
Solid?
it's
Yeah, if
average
you look up, I remember looking up, bro. It's legit. Like, was it 14 hours?
Metal
Or
Gear
even...
Solid 2 had like 30-minute long cutscenes.
Does that count
no lie.
the text
Xenoblade 2
cutscenes?
did
though?
also. I don't remember.
I don't think
Yeah.
so. I don't think it counted.
The Xenoblade, that seems high for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, unless you count the text dialogue that you have to sit
Hold on,
through.
I'm about to look it up now.
What the like?
No,
the
it's no,
If
it's
it's just a
13.
cutscene, voice acted
Bro,
cinematic.
it was
No, it's like 14 hours. He's right.
yeah. Bro,
Dang.
I remember sitting, dude. I remember playing the game. I would play in 1.5 hour chunks, and I remember sitting there for like sometimes 30, 40 minutes, and then playing.
And it does not, and this is
Why do
them
I
not,
why do I not remember that?
and they don't
Because
include
I loved every second of the
No,
cutscenes.
no,
Maybe,
me too. I'm
yeah,
not
maybe I
complaining
was
about
just
that.
too
I'm not
thorough.
complaining about that in the slightest. But sometimes I remember they had the one part where there was one chapter where it was you would walk to an area,
Walk
and
I gotta
three
be
then
feet
careful
and then
watching
start
this.
and then you
again.
walk back, and then you
I'm
would go to
trying.
sleep, and then you wake up, and then
Bruh.
there was a cutscene, and you walk back, and then there was they
Yeah.
talked, and then you walk back, and
All
then there
right,
was a
so
cutscene.
Robert, 3 does that. 3, I would almost argue, at least early so
But is it
far.
interesting though? Is it interesting? Because the other
Oh
one
no,
wasn't that
no. It's engaging. It definitely is
okay.
engaging, but it's also because the beginning of the game is a war. Like they're literally killing each other on the battlefield. So like
Mm.
the first chunk of cutscenes is literally A, doing exposition, and then B, kind of watching like the 2 factions, because they're the group we have are 3 people from each faction. Oh, that scene! I actually have seen that already. This is them
Man,
like
get out
doing,
here! Spoilers in this shit.
Guys, what do you think you're doing?
They got
it's
they,
not really
they
that
do
much.
good with their they do a good job with their cinematics. So Monolith Soft.
They
Yeah.
do. What cracked me up about that scene is it's right after the main characters fuse into the giant robot for the
Mhm.
first time, and the other characters like, well, we have the same ability, right? And so the cutscene is them trying to figure out how to fucking fuse and shit. It shit always cracks me the fuck up.
Well, because I remember in Xenoblade 2 there was one point where they get it felt very Star Wars prequely, and they all sit around in this
no.
Oh,
table.
that's a nice.
Oh
And they all
no.
sit around in this table and they start talking. It was very politic heavy type thing. And I'm like, all right, man,
I
what
gotta
what are we
watch-
doing here?
That's
I
a
feel like
nice,
you
that's a
got-
nice camera pan right there. That's a Monolith.
Oh, there's like, okay, so
I'm
there's
gonna skip.
Speaking of sexual tension here, one of the things
Ooh,
that crack,
speaking of sexual tension.
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyways,
Sexual tension.
I know we're speaking of sex attention.
one of the things that cracked me up is that there's an early game cutscene of 3 of the main characters taking a bath, and I was like, "Oh, we're doing a bathhouse scene this early in the game. That's
Nice.
crazy."
Well, they
But
know their fan base.
what cracked me up about it is that the girl it's like a mixed bath, and they're all just chilling in the bath, and I'm just like,
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a woman
Co-ed
over there.
baths.
But what makes it even funnier is that later on, there's a scene where they're changing, and all the guys get embarrassed and run off, and the girls are like, I don't see what the big deal is, and I'm
Nice.
like, actually, I don't see what the big deal is either. You fucking bathed with her like a minute ago. What the fuck are we
That's
doing?
because they
Hey,
figured
that
out
Hide
that
his cock, man.
Mio
Gotta
was
hide his
a-
cock if he's changing.
that's because they didn't realize Mio was a female, so they were freaked out.
No.
Wow.
She's a woman. I hate that shit. Retro, get your shit together.
He's not in the chat this week, but
Well, it's fine. When he watches the playback, Retro, get your shit together. But like, the music's been great. I love they incorporate the flute a lot in the battle music and shit.
I liked it a lot.
It makes that shit just sound. It's like it's peaceful when you're just walking, and then it becomes like this nice backdrop.
did
When
you
you're just-
see the tweet about how they made he custom made his own flutes to give the unique sound?
Really? Oh, that's
Not
lit.
to, I mean, I don't want to shit on the game,
What
but
do you do? Wait for
it
it.
sounds
right
like the
now.
music's pretty high quality in the game. But when I heard that with my headphones on, like on even though it's Twitter compression, I was like, man, like that's an example of where I wish Nintendo would just, if nothing else, just have better hardware for the audio side, because that's where when you start doing compression and stuff, you know, if you try to crank up a beautiful sound like that, it might not sound as good coming through compression on a game card through the Switch. That's just where that, for me, I've always
It actually
been an
has-
audiophile, so I was like, that's the one thing. As much as I love X and stuff, if you try to crank it up on like a high fidelity system, it starts to,
They did add some interesting audio settings for it. I
because
was
they
a
don't
little
even have,
surprised.
Nintendo's doesn't even have the usual headphone, TV, surround sound option for in-game. Like a lot of PlayStation games, you have the option.
Oh, this game
to-
actually has it.
You can even turn off like dynamic range compression, or turn it on for like or playing at night, so you don't have these louder and quieter moments. They're kind of closer together.
Hold on.
But it
shutting-
is a pleasant sound, that flute from that game.
They do have
I really
like
like that. I like
they
that.
have this like
Audio
audio environment option.
Console speakers, headphones,
Ah,
home
nice.
audio,
That's
and
different.
TV speakers.
I wonder.
Yeah, I haven't been able to really test it, but
That's like, yeah. I wonder what the changes or the audible differences if you like switch through them while you're like
in
let's say
like
in
environment.
in my setup. I wonder what if I'll be able to hear.
And then I also appreciate that they added a lot of the things they added in Xenoblade 2's like post game, like not post game, but like post launch
Post-content?
update. Yeah, post launch updates. Like there were a couple of like weird. Everyone knows that Xenoblade 2 has some kind of confusing fucking menus, right? And you were like, what the fuck? Where do I go? And the map was kind of janky. They fixed a lot of that
What's
shit.
the map look like? Can you boot it up? The
Yeah.
game? I haven't
That's
seen
See how long the
anybody.
loading time is.
Yes,
This is
and
too
you-
long.
I'd
This is too
already,
long.
I'd
This is
already
too
be
long.
flying on the Sunwing.
I'm already tired. I'm going to sleep.
You bitch. Oh my goodness. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my god.
Dang, this is the longest loading time I've
It's kinda
seen
low.
in a long
I
time.
think it's just.
Oh
I think it's just.
my
I actually haven't. All right, here we go.
All right, go to the map.
What? My
They're
bad.
ready to move, man. Look how he's standing. He's
Oh, what
ready.
is that?
It's like it's more like definitive editions map. I noticed.
Why is it all
Oh,
red?
it like fills out kind of thing, like how.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that looks trash.
That's why-
That's a
It's
trash
Total
map.
Recall map.
That's
And
terrible.
then-
Why is it red? Just because of the region?
Are they on Mars?
Yeah, I think it's just the region. Actually, you know what?
Oh,
We'll
I like
quit.
that.
That's
I like
better.
that.
Like that should be the map. Like
That's
you could
gorgeous.
zoom into that.
I think that's just the default color for the
Hmm.
map.
oh my
We'll
god.
we'll jump.
Is there any
we'll
zoom
jump.
in, zoom out?
Hold on.
This is disgusting.
Oh, that's the cursor speed. I didn't even know you could fucking do that. Where am I?
I
Oh,
heard it's not a full open world.
it's-
There you
it's
go.
You
the
know
right
what looks
stick.
good on red?
Look at all those
Green.
look at all those
Neon
icons.
green.
Look at all those icons ruining the map. That's what everyone was
Oh,
saying
this
when
was-
Elden Ring came out. And other.
Were they?
Look
You
at
can
this
turn off
map.
some of the. That reminds me. You can turn off a bunch
That
of HUD
Ubisoft
shit.
shit. Yo.
Amiibo. What does Amiibo do?
I have yet
I
to
don't
do
remember.
it, nor do I
Not
care.
any good costumes or anything cool. It's something I forget what it is. Shulk, you
Yeah.
get to have the Monado.
Was it just
skin.
Oh,
Shulk?
let's try something. Like it should be if you put like a Mario, you get a Mario bikini. You get it right there.
Yeah, Mario bikini.
Can you name your character? Because Robert wants to name it Dick Bitch Dick.
I think you can turn off like
Dick
all.
Wait,
that
yeah,
shit.
can you? I wouldn't want it. Like the default character.
Well, that's
has a
just the
default
HUD
name,
there.
right?
Well, I'm just saying if you wanted to turn off the HUD. And
So
shit.
what does that look like without when you go into a battle then?
I don't know. Let's
So
go
you
into.
can't see shit.
I don't know. Let's go.
That's all your
Zoom into
that's
that
all your
ground
resources.
texture.
Those
Oh,
little
wait, right
things are
here?
Look at those
resources.
trees, man.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at those paper mache trees.
Look at that popping.
Sword and shield looks better.
I do like ACG pointed out that it's like they're not afraid of the draw distance. Like yeah, there's some popping, but
So
like
what?
Microsoft's
Yeah.
not afraid to show you large expanses of the land.
And yeah, I think they would rather do the trade off than fucking. Also, I do like the fact that you can also switch characters in the middle of it. You can just
Mhm.
jump to your other character.
That's very cool.
Where's Uni? There she is. Bitch.
Can you?
Oh,
I like her better with like just the tank top look.
Oh no! So I have her in a different class. That's why she looks like this.
Mm.
I
I'm
don't
not
know
a
if there
big
was-
fan of the thing, the wings or whatever. I don't really like that look, but
Well, it's the race of people. Oh wait, that's the DLC.
oh look, that's the DLC. You already bought it?
Oh yeah, duh.
you bought 2 copies of the game,
Don't worry. Hey, listen, no.
dude. How
Can
much? I'll just buy.
Hey.
I'll just buy your
Hey.
other physical copy.
Hey, chill out. I want you to just.
That way you're not stuck with 2. Or you bought it digitally, didn't you?
Yeah, I bought it digitally.
See, you should have
Yeah,
bought it
digitally, then you
physically.
have
Then I
it.
could have bought it off you. I
Well,
sent
no,
you.
I have. Well, I mean, I still have it physically, but I
Yeah,
was
but you
gonna-
don't want to get rid of that.
No, of course not. I have the full thing here, man.
Hey man, that I did the same thing with Animal Crossing, yo. I understand.
It's just a lifestyle, bro.
I wasn't gonna wait 8 hours. I need to play this game right now.
Yeah, you wanted me to wait 3 days when it came out
Well,
on a fucking
3 days.
Friday.
No, for me, I literally was gonna probably get it 12 hours later. But I
You
I
did the
didn't
same
wait.
shit for Force Awakens. You bought the digital so you could watch it a week sooner than the Blu-ray.
Forgot about that. Yeah, that's right.
He was
God.
on your ass. Why are you laughing
Forgot
on
about
your
that.
ass?
You know what? I know we talk about
I didn't know you could
movies
change
and
this.
talk. The more I think about it,
Huh.
we were talking about the best trilogies. I think the sequel trilogy might be bottom two worst trilogies of all time.
Fucking hell.
Damn, really?
Mm-hmm.
I can't
Just
agree
because
with it
it
because I really
fails,
like Force Awakens.
it
I like
fails to
Jedi,
be a
but
trilogy. It fails to have a story.
yeah, I mean, it does fail to be true.
And
It crumbles.
it's
That
just
that
it's just a bunch of ideas with no thought to the consequences down the road. Like
as a trilogy. Yeah, I
it
get what you're
doesn't.
saying.
It doesn't even work for me as the original movie because I was watching. Obviously, it's one of my demo scenes is the Millennium Falcon first takeoff, and I just said, you know what? Let's watch the Star Killer base fire because that has some pretty good bass, like literally like bass sound, not the bass itself. And just the fact that it just shoots once and it just conveniently splits into 5 and takes out all 5 planets simultaneously, and then they're all these planets from the Federation or whatever are all in the same system and same viewing distance. Like, just the stupidity of that alone, the more I watch that movie, the more I think about it, the more it's just like,
The more you get disappointed.
J.J. Abrams is notorious for not understanding how space works, and that is just a prime example. Like,
and it just angers you.
Wouldn't you have thought because they have hyperspace that all the planets, what is not the Federation? What is the
Resistance?
the main Republic?
Oh,
You're telling me all the Republic planets are all in line in a same solar system instead of them being light years apart where you have to fly? They'd be spread out. Anyway, that shit bugs the hell out of me now.
Jesus
I like
Christ.
that. Look at that giant ass dinosaur.
Yeah, go
looking
fight
dude.
him.
You're just trying to ask for my death is what it sounds like. I
What
mean,
level
you know
is
what?
he? What level is he though?
He's 50.
So is this?
Wait, how
51,
can you
I think.
see?
Are you like?
Yeah,
Are
He's
you
right there at the
Oh,
top.
I see. Yeah.
Are you going
Yeah.
in this? You know, you're planning, you're timing, you're interrupting your auto attacks with your arts and all that. Like,
Yeah, because you can cancel.
do you ever get like kind of in a rhythm where you're just kind of tunnel vision, where you're just kind of going through the motions, or do you feel engaged?
Right now, well, because they're adding all this other stuff. Like right now, they got chain attacks. I can do fusions.
There's
I
so
can
much
turn
on
into the
screen.
fucking mech. It's weird. It doesn't feel like it. And then when you go back and look at 2 was also level ups. Yay. You know what? For the hell of it. Oh wait, this motherfucker's not dead yet. I have 2 that are still alive. All right, that one's dead. Let's see if I can get the topple. Bitch, there you go.
All right, so it says topple.
And then they dazes. All right, you know what? For fuck it, we'll risk our lives here and do something fucking simple.
What happens when you die?
I'm gonna say it again. Well, you're probably about to find out. Actually,
Yeah,
just say we're about to go do something stupid. But I wanted to say the game first. Excuse me, sir.
Maybe you'll win, man. Maybe you'll win. You gotta.
Eh.
Well,
Hey,
Robert would
wait.
beat him like an X where he was like level
Excuse me,
8
sir.
and he beat something that was like 15.
take me to your
First
leader,
try.
sir.
I watched your stream and then I go play it and I fucking spent like an hour fighting that fuck trying to beat that
he's
thing.
swinging.
Uni's down. Uni's
No,
back.
we're blocking.
She's the healer too.
We can't even fucking.
Missed. Everything's missed.
That's your attacks or his attack that's missing.
That's my attacks. Oh.
So we'll tune in next week and then you're gonna destroy this guy on the stream.
Well, yeah.
Probably.
I just put this context. I'm a level 19 trying to fight a fucking level 51. Like, this is not.
So what
meant to
is
go
the thing on the left, bottom left? The
Okay,
D-pad?
so that. Yeah, actually, it's the interlink is the fusion, and then
Fused.
So you
Let
have.
me see what that does you.
I had to get it to level 1 first. You don't.
So are
you
those
can't
like
just
other arts?
Oh, I lied. Okay, apparently you can fuse right off the bat. Okay,
Look, you almost got him, man.
I don't at all. Oh, my knees.
You took
barely
you've
taken
taken
it.
out
You
probably
barely-
5% of him.
Yeah, not
I
even.
think it does that thing that Xenoblade 1 did, where if you were too under level, then you can't
Can't really damage it.
Yeah, I think that's what it's doing. I've never actually tried to fight a crazy overlevel.
Yeah, I don't even see his health going down.
Yeah, I
No,
think
you see, look he's got like
I mean,
a
yeah,
little,
I wouldn't even say that's
okay.
5%. That's like
yeah,
Oh.
the fact and you can do fusion
I just saw it
attacks.
go down one.
Yeah.
Is T checking out because he didn't want to see any of the game, or
I guess it's 3%.
It could be. I'll give myself more credit. I'm surprised I lived this long.
Yeah, but
honestly, I
might as well
thought
run away.
Hey man, you can still survive. To be honest,
No,
you
you
can
No.
got
still
fucking just got the Godzilla breath.
Yeah,
This
but
game's a-
Lon's still
Oh,
alive.
what?
He's dead.
What the
Oh,
what I
fuck?
missed?
Jesus.
Oh
I missed.
shit!
Lons! Let's go!
Wait, but you still got
Let's
your
go!
Terrell's done
Yeah.
like 5% damage to this
Oh,
Oh shit! You
creature.
still got
I think
Senna.
yeah, that's everybody.
And
Oh
Wait,
no, I want to see what happens when you die.
Senna.
Yeah, keep going.
Boom.
Oh man,
This fat bastard.
let's see what happens.
You can dodge with the right stick.
Okay,
No.
you just go back.
That's pretty quick.
My knee, yeah. Actually, surprisingly,
So,
it loads pretty quick within
Why are you
the
so
area.
zoomed out here?
Oh, I can.
Let's see these character models. Let's see what
First
everybody's
person.
looking like. Yeah, I remember going in the first person so I could get my blade in a good shot.
In a
For,
good position.
I do
Yeah.
like the fact that you
that's a
can.
cool outfit.
Yeah, it's nice, man. See, that's my
That's a
man.
Robert.
Denim. I can see the denim.
They got enough
Actually,
texture work in there that I can see the material works going on in the clothing.
Yeah. You
Here's
could.
the dude that I thought was a girl from the first trailer, and I thought it was Shulk talking.
Man,
Always
I
going
thought
upskirt. Come on,
No, I didn't say
you
that.
trying
What?
the Aloy trick?
No, of course not.
So she only,
when I saw it first saw this game, I'm like, oh well, it's a female Shulk and it's Nia.
And just to
That's what
give
they are. It's
context here,
alternate universe.
I heard the eyes are really well done.
So I can change classes and actually changes their outfits.
Oh, look at those. That's right up your alley there, little chibi.
Oh, the chibis, yeah. But see,
That's
their
cool.
their outfits actually do change when you. This is his base outfit right here. But he's pretty much grabbing the outfits of other characters. Actually, I can switch now anyway with him. I'm probably gonna switch him to fucking.
So why
Wait,
did
oh,
they
that
go
one
with-
goes up to
That's weird that
1,000
they went
energy?
with such like cutesy Funko Pop looking. It's almost like Funko Pop's like made right there. They just got to make those.
Yeah, they really could, I guess.
This Funko Pop looking motherfucker.
See, I don't like the white on her, the white jacket.
Oh, well, you
I don't
prefer
like-
you prefer this her original outfit, this one.
I don't really like the jacket at all, actually.
I just need her to be naked.
Well, wait, with
Robert.
this is this.
That's
is
better.
this- okay, so you prefer this?
Mhm.
I gotta
like seeing a little
rank her.
shoulder.
I gotta rank her. What you call it? Oh, that.
Nah, that jacket's too big. What kind of
Go to
jacket?
the right.
What would you wear that?
What's
Oh,
the
you're talking
next
about-
one? That's that
Shoot
one.
gun.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't gotten other classes. At least the only ones I have so far. But they all go up to 10, and then once you go to 10, you can switch a class and get like
That
other
jacket's
skills.
so tiny though. Why would you wear it? You know what I mean? At that point- That jacket's
That's-
so big. Why would you wear
That's
it?
what that's her lifestyle. Okay.
I guess so, man.
And see, and it's weird because the outfits rock a different thing on each character.
I got a ponytail and my girl too.
So what does Cena's look like on the guys? Oh, that's it.
Yeah, Senna. This is what Senna
Senna.
normally look. Yeah, this is what
There.
Senna normal. Them
That's
hips
nice.
are ridiculous, by the way.
That's like Nia.
I don't like some of these outfits on certain characters. But I do it for the skills.
Yeah, sometimes. Hopefully you can. That was one good thing about X. You could have your best statistic outfit, and then you could have your
Forgot if I have.
what do they call it?
Like
Like
a
a
visual,
costume?
a
Co-
visual
cos-
outfit.
You
it
know,
had-
a costume build.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it
so-
had a specific name where it was like just for visual.
Xenoblade Definitive Edition does that actually.
Does it?
Yeah, where
That's
you
a
can
nice
have like
feature. Like,
you can have a visual.
Oh, they don't have
costume.
that in this game.
I haven't seen it, but I also
well, you're
have
not
it.
finding a bunch of gear like you were in the other game. Like X, you were just constantly finding gear that gave you better stats.
Yep.
But
Oh,
it
yeah,
looked
definitely.
ridiculous if you just went with how it looked. It would look
Yeah,
stupid.
draws.
So you could put on like it's almost like the Bayonetta on and off thing. Like, you know, you could
That's
put
right.
on
That's
the
right. That's how I
stupidest-
was able to have everyone in their bathing
And
suits.
they draws.
Yeah.
I actually like that one. I'm gonna keep.
Can
the
you do
minions
that in this
there.
game?
What?
No.
Get them in their bathing suits?
I have once again. I'm still getting tutorials, so I don't know.
I don't think I've seen anything where you can customize like beyond
It's
just
crazy.
like
I still
changing
get
the.
tutorials. It's chapter 3.
No,
Dude, you get
no,
tutorials in 2, 80 hours in.
Yeah, but I'll say 2. You get in like
Hey, what
chapter
you talking
9 or
about,
some
Brian?
shit.
I know, but come on, man. Is it Jesus? Makes
What?
sense, but damn.
Well, yeah, go ask Jesus and see how he feels. He'll
Oh,
fuck
I forgot to bring something up that's like completely unrelated, but it's an ongoing discussion we've had for a while. So Ninja Theory on Twitter,
Oh, that Ninja Theory thing pissed
they
you off.
posted a fucking look like in game, I don't know what game, in engine, like cliff with all these like seagulls or something, and they were like pointing out that they're actually going in and making sure the bird poop fell properly or some shit. And I'm like,
Oh my
this is the
goodness.
shit you motherfuckers are working on. And all the comments were all positive. Man, this level of detail, blah blah blah. Where's the fucking game? I really wanted to lay into him, but I didn't even reply. I was gonna be like,
Bird poop.
like
Bitch.
it looked like basically Death Stranding, like cliff with birds, and they're like making sure the bird poop was falling properly.
That's funny.
And I'm like,
This is why we're waiting longer so we can get bird poop in
where
the
the
damn
fuck's
game.
and everyone's
Okay,
like,
I
oh
see.
my
That
god.
Exactly,
even includes
man.
location
And
accurate
then
bird poop.
they did some kind. The one good thing, is they've used some of their technology in like a VR setting. Was it? I forget, to like try to help with certain mental illnesses. So I mean, that's cool. It's not a game for us. It's more of an educational, therapeutic type thing. I don't mind them working on something like that, but the fact that they were tweeting about this bird poop and these birds and I mean, literally, I scrolled down about 50 comments. Everybody was excited. Oh my god, you guys are putting this much level. Just take as long as you need. And I'm thinking, where's the fucking game? Like, why are you even thinking about this? Like, if it's Hellblade, it didn't say which game. If it's Hellblade, it definitely doesn't need to be in fucking Hellblade. Like, that's just stupid.
No, I disagree. I think high detail levels of bird poop.
Yeah, but I was like, you never wanted to see bird feces? The fuck wrong with you,
Yeah,
man?
man, what's wrong with
I
you,
don't know,
bro?
let me
I
see if I
want
can find
to
that.
be completely immersed in this world. Morning.
People
Make
were talking
myself
about
a cup of
Yeah,
coffee.
see
people were talking about how in Red Dead 2 had like the horses would poop.
Make myself
or
a
how
cup
their
of
balls
coffee.
would shrink
Read
Yeah,
the
the
newspaper.
balls. Yeah, here's
And
the
the balls were shrinking.
here's
What?
the clip of them.
Yeah, when it's
is
cold, their balls
happening,
shrink or some shit
dog?
like that.
Oh my
Wait, I
goodness.
can't see.
I gotta
Where
stop
is it? I
watching so I can share
I
my
can't
screen.
find- Wait, what the hell?
Oh, fuck you,
I don't
dude.
even
Where are
know
you?
where the bird poop
won't let me
is because
move
I was
over.
watching on my phone.
There it
See,
is.
they have this little icon that indicates where the bird poop should go. It's a little poop symbol.
Mm,
Like, does this look like Hell? This doesn't look like Hellblade.
It doesn't look like Hellblade. No.
I
It's
mean,
just
from
like-
what they showed last time, though, it's kind of like that.
Yeah. But this is literally
I
what
guess it
somebody's
could be.
working on, and they're bragging about. It's like, just make sure the
I don't-
gameplay,
again-
like, you better have some fucking
How is
sensational
that going to
gameplay.
affect my game?
Like, you make
That
sure
ga-
you
that
have
game's
some
not coming out
sensational
anytime
fucking
soon.
combat. Like, I made a video about building upon the foundation of the combat. They have a good foundation in the first game that could lead to something really awesome. That shit better
Hey,
be nailed.
maybe you know what? Maybe it'll be amazing, and it just also be super detailed.
Now, if
and
they did that
hey,
on
congrats,
top
you know?
of,
Yeah,
hey,
that'd
we
be
got
great.
everything
That'd
else
be great.
dialed in, then yeah,
They
that's
don't have a lot
cool.
of faith in terms of.
But
'cause
this
that's been
game's
shown.
not scheduled out till after summer next year because it would have been part of their E3 because that all was stuff coming in the first half of next
First
year.
half. It could be second half.
Could be. Here's another one of
I'm
them.
guessing it is. But
Here's another
we're
of them
gonna-
recording audio for in these ice caves, and he's like purposely doing the motion that we hate in games where they follow like the character as they squeeze through something.
my favorite thing, the loading screen.
Like,
There's a lot of that in Jedi Fallen Order. Just like
it's like that Microsoft money, man. I mean, good for them. They're going to Iceland. They're seeing cool shit, but
I think this is cool for developers.
Yeah, the developers.
Yeah,
hey, man,
Probably
this is
for
like,
them,
yeah,
this is
that's
probably
fucking
really
awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
But does
Yeah,
it
we
gonna
don't
end
give a
up?
I don't
fuck.
blame
We
them.
don't give a fuck because we want to see. We want
I bet
a
you
game,
this whole
goddammit.
cave's gonna end up in Hellblade.
That's an
basically.
artist. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I think I to have like unlimited funds to do whatever the fuck you want. I'm
As long
sure
as a good game comes out at the end.
Fuck you money. They got fuck you money, so fuck you.
It comes out. You give these motherfucking money and they just go crazy, bro.
Yeah, this level 16 dude ain't dying.
Yeah, he'll be there. He's on the
All
fucking.
right, well,
he's
let's get out of
it's
here.
a unique monster. This is a unique monster. That's why I wanted to show off the chain attack.
I should have impressions on Xenoblade for next podcast. I plan on.
Oh, we
you-
didn't talk
you
about
pick it up with it?
financials and
Finals? What's
Financial?
Sony and Microsoft financials.
Wait, what
I
happened?
didn't even see that.
Did something happen? Oh, here
I
it
heard
is.
Sony said that they were down like 3% or something in one thing.
37% in revenue.
Oh, really?
Well, but it's skewed because it was like they're counting pandemic money. You know, like everybody shot up. Remember, like it
Mhm.
went.
That's right.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it's just like that's why you're not gonna match. 2020. You're not gonna match
Yeah.
2021 even.
I didn't. What are
Because
they at?
everybody
20?
was home spending money on games.
What's the PS5
Yeah.
at? Like 21 million or something sold units.
Yeah, 21 million. Yeah.
And I thought I saw. I don't know if it was
Xbox is
legit.
16.
Where Sony was saying their goal is to sell 80 million PS5s by March 2023. I'm like,
No,
What?
18.
no, 18. Someone must have been a typo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
'cause,
18.
there's
I
no
swore
way.
somebody typed
It's
80. They
impossible.
must have typed. Yeah, I was gonna say
They
no.
screwed up. They screwed up on that.
Unless
it
I
was
get-
18, and it's a pretty good chance that they won't make that.
It's
No, I doubt it.
I mean, it's just crazy that. I mean, why is the chip shortage obviously, but still 20 million? I guess that's way down from the PS4, so 20 million like first year.
Well, right. Well, 20 was 24 for the PS4. It's not crazy.
But it's only been
only-
what, year and a half, a little more than a year and a half.
3 million.
That's
It's
what I'm
nothing to
saying.
scoff at.
Like I said earlier, I know.
And Wii U would have loved 20 million for
Yeah,
his whole
man.
lifetime.
I'm not saying.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
not saying Horizon's for everybody. With 21 million PS5s out there, like what? Why isn't that game at 5 million sold? Like, what are people?
It might
buying?
be though. It might be though by now.
I mean, without
Because
the
of the
bundles,
bundles, man.
without the
I'm telling you
bundles.
that. You think without the bundles?
Like, why?
Yeah.
What are people buying? If they have a PS5, what would you buy? That's not other than
Uh,
Horizon, you know.
Returnal and Ratchet, man.
Gran
Those games
Turismo,
are. Last I know, they weren't flying off the shelves either.
7?
Well,
Is
if
it
I'm being
7 now?
completely honest, again, it's truly what it is. That most people are buying.
We're waiting on Ragnarok.
Call of Duty and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what people buy, man. They're buying Call
If
of
anything
Duty.
has Sony shook, that's the thing that has them the most shook is the acquisition of Activision Blizzard by Microsoft, because they make a lot of fucking money on Call of Duty.
It's their
Yeah,
best
they-
selling
So
game
does
every
that?
year,
I
man.
mean,
It's their best-selling game.
so would Microsoft. They'd make even more than Sony on it, on the PS5 or sale,
Yeah,
whatever
they're not-
Sony
well,
makes. Microsoft
They
would
have
make more.
to. Well, they don't have to, but they said they're gonna, carry out the deals that were already in place. But that could be a lot of lip service too. Just be saying that shit because they want to get the deal through. They don't want to freak anybody out.
Man, that's a scary thought, Lenny. Half the PS5s are in the hands of scalpers. That would be fucking.
No,
Oh,
definitely
That,
not.
man,
that is
I
kind
didn't
of what
think
it
about
feels
that
like,
shit.
though.
Nah,
Some of
they're
that's
not.
probably
It's-
It
it
could
ain't
be
that
like-
much, but I bet it's probably a lot though. I don't
Guy,
think it's half.
friend of mine I used to work with. He said he's gonna cave and buy one on the. He's gonna try to buy one for 600.
The only
bucks,
opportunity I
700
had to
bucks.
buy,
That is
Yeah,
a
but
good
Kate-
point though.
Keep now though. That's it doesn't make sense to me.
the only
Scalper,
opportunity
if
I
you
had
go
to buy
on
one is to
eBay-
buy bundles.
You'll see scalpers with like 20 of them in the shit in the shot. PS5, so I bet that some of that is hurting the sales of
Yeah.
games because people
Right.
are hoarding those fucking things.
So 660 now, pickup only 698 Free
Oh,
shipping.
Going down. It's going down.
dude, digital to physical for
That's the
Sony.
digital. That's the digital
Can
one.
you guess what's the ratio?
Digital to physical, probably 40%.
Oh,
Twice
Jesus.
that.
Really?
80% of people buying
Fucking
games on PlayStation are buying digital only.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
I'm scared, bro. I'm scared.
This one.
80%.
I am worried.
This
Well,
one says.
that's why they went with the digital code for God of War Ragnarok. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Because these motherfuckers don't care.
They don't care, and
don't-
also they're selling a digital only console. They wanted to give it to people. You know.
Yeah, but even
I
if
mean-
even if I had the digital only, I would still want the goddamn game. Cheap asses.
Not everybody feels the same way, man.
Well, that would suck. You have the
Clearly.
digital only, and you
We're all
buy the
fucked, by the way.
collector's edition, and you can't play the game.
What-
So they would have to give you the digital and physical.
You could do both. You could do both.
You could do both, but
Because
it'd be
people
really
would
hard
give
to
that
have a
shit away.
split. To split it into two and have one be digital, one be physical. That would, for them, manufacture or boxing them up, and like that would kind of.
It's
I can
not costing
see
them
why
anything to give you-
the digital version covers everybody, whereas the physical limits probably half
Yeah.
your console owners.
Or how about you give a choice? How about that?
I mean,
See,
Here's
look
the
at-
digital one, and here's the physical one. How about that?
This was
Let people have
January.
a choice.
This is
Don't just say,
January.
Hey, fuck you.
January 2022. So you can't quite see, but like you see the top selling PS5 games on PS
I
Store,
can't
so
see what you're
digitally.
looking at.
No, but I'm just saying. I'm
Mm.
just saying. I'm
Oh,
saying.
you're just saying.
Like,
But anyway,
is,
we're gonna.
number one is NBA 2K22. Two is
Right.
Call of Duty
Casual
Vanguard,
ass bullshit.
and then you
Sports.
got
Damn.
you got Spider-Man Miles Morales. But I bet you by the end of this generation, I would bet you money that the top 10, half of that is gonna be Call of Duty, and then
Or whatever Sony's working on, they're gonna have 6 or 7 live service games apparently. So
we'll see how they do. A lot of these live service games haven't been doing very good lately.
right, they're not all like the market.
You gotta
is
strike gold. You
settled,
gotta
you know?
just.
You gotta get lucky.
Gotta be like a perfect
Yeah.
storm. It just has to be the right time, the
Mhm.
right game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not every
just 'cause
genre. Not every genre also fits for it. You know.
Hmm
nobody has time for all these goddamn live service games.
No,
Yeah.
it's hard
Like
enough.
you have to be.
Like hard enough, like with all these streaming services, like HBO. I'm gonna have to subscribe because Harley Quinn and Hard Knocks, and it's like some dude gave me his Disney
Who's
Plus,
on Hard Knocks?
The Lions.
Oh,
It's
okay,
gonna be-
That makes sense. I was
you
gonna
should
say,
watch
why
it
would you
'cause
give a shit?
Trust me, I've been watching a lot of stuff. It's gonna be a good one. They got a good group of coaches and players that I think would be fun. Good entertainment. But anyway, let's get out of here.
Biased.
Terrell's still playing.
Yeah, I've
Um,
gotten addicted. Not gonna lie. It's
He's
Uh,
gone.
But yeah, so thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back next week. Do it all again.